Yeah, we're good.
Yo, what's up, gamers? Welcome to Avast Sub Tourney 5. I'm your host, Jimmy. I got Mustard and Gag with me here, and it's been a while. 10 months since the last one. Feels like an eternity to me, if you ask me, but it's finally time, and gentlemen, are you excited?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You know, we're back at it again. Sub Tourneys, I mean, you know, they have a little bit of silly in them. You got, like it's such a short event, but it's also like it's great. You know, it's nice to see all the funny going on.
Yeah, I think it's really great, like a good chance for new people to the community to really get to know everyone and get to become a part of the community.
Yeah, so we once again have 16 teams duking it out over this weekend. That means we will have a lot of matches, and to help with that, we're going to have 3 separate streams running at the same time. There's 2 other streams actually live right now. If we can take a look at the schedule here, you're currently watching the B stream. Great decision, by the way. Thanks for joining us here. But let's take a let's take a look at the schedule for the day here. For the mainstream, twitch.tv/Avast, you're gonna see Selfish Gaming versus Disrupt. I believe it is. Wait, I wrote it down somewhere and I forgot what it is. It's Worst Rose and his fellow known as Mr. Prince Avast, who will bring you that game. And then over on BPL_2, we have Freya and Pio bringing you Monkey Flop versus Do This IRL. That should hopefully be a fun match. And then this stream here, we're on Bad Pachimara League. We're gonna bring you Fadeless, Joshin's team, going up against Tim Week's SaliVibes. So 2 Sub Tourney veterans at the helm here. Gag, what are your thoughts on these 2 teams?
Well, when I saw the Captain Showcase, I was such a big fan of these 2 teams. They have such good branding. I think Joshin's video was probably the best. And, you know, they're just the OGs. Tim Week, you know, my teammate from OTF, Joshin, has been in this community for so long. I'm just really excited to see what they have brought to this tournament.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the rosters here, on Fadeless, like you said, lots of accolades on this team. We got Josh and Meester, Falsos and Gavin, who have all won at some point in their career in BPL. We also have Babin, I think is what they're pronounced, who is a Sub 20 free runner-up with Youth John Weezer. And then on the side of SaliVibes, they also don't need to hide. We got Tim Week, who has won multiple BPL events, C-Dub, Alwyn, Sub 22 champion, Cypora, of course, who just won BPL Season 3 A-League with Summit. We got Handbammer, seems like our League of Legends tourney brought them back. And then Odyssey, who got added to this roster last minute. Mustard, there's some people in this community not so high on the SaliVibes squad here, but do you think this will be a close match between these two?
Honestly, like the SaliVibes, like a lot of these names aren't necessarily names that stick in your head as people that are like mainstays of I know that guy, they're good at the game, right? I think they have a lot to prove, definitely. Personally, my favorite player to watch, not biased, is Q White Boy. You know, been terrorizing the B League. Let's see how I really want to see it. Yeah, B League champion. So I want to see how he plays. You know, in this sort of higher environment, I think is a lot to prove. But overall, I think Fadeless is kind of their match to lose. So yeah, C-Dub here. You know, rocky start, but again, Atomic coming in, redeeming himself, able to take the BPL Season 3 B League title. So, yeah, he did play in the last Sub Tourney, placed 3rd, 4th. Let's see if he could take that even further this time. But last time was a little, I believe he was off-rolled last time, so hopefully this time we'll see his main tank in action.
Yeah, I remember last Sub Tourney, I think he had to play Lucio or main support for Left Michigan Babies. I remember him DMing me at night, like asking for tips. And but I believe he's back on the main tank. What he's more known for, his Winston Reinhardt play. Gag, what's your thoughts on not just C-Dub, but like I mean, you already talked a little bit about SaliVibes, but how do you realistically predict their chances here in this tournament?
I really believe in a lot of these players. You know, Alwyn's been around for so long. He has tons of experience. Sapora just won BPL Season 3. I think that so many players on this team can really prove themselves in this, you know, tournament of Avast viewers. But what I really want to talk about is Fadeless, because I am so excited to see the reunite, like Meester and False Swords finally reuniting after their amazing play on Sydney Surfers in BPL Season 2. I'm big fans of both of them. I am really excited to see what they're going to do with this tourney.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence because I talked to Meester during the draft. I was in a VC with him, and he was one of the earlier picks for that team. I think it was the first round pick for Joshin's team. And from what I've heard, Meester pretty much then kind of took the reins over the draft, and the rest of the squad you see there on that team is pretty much that's pretty much what he wanted as his teammate. So no big surprise to see False Swords on that team, as you said, former SYS teammates. And just a lot of people who have a lot of potential or just have shown themselves to be good players in BPL events. Well, we're almost getting ready here, so I guess let's do some breads here. Let's start with you, Mustard. First, describe what you're eating. How did it taste? And then tell me who's going to win this match.
I honestly don't know what it is. I just ordered it off my Oh, look at that!
Gamma.
Funny league.
Meester's
Gamma,
team.
real. Meester's team. He's back.
Yeah, they would probably win here.
Yeah, that roster wins Sub Tourney, actually. I think, honestly, I would like to give the win to Fadeless, but I think this will be a very close match. Definitely something along the lines of like a maybe take a map off or so, you know, or just really close maps in general. But I think Fadeless would come on top.
What about you, Gag?
Well, I guess I'll take the contrary approach where I'm going to say SaliVibes, mainly because if you saw Team Week play in the Proving Grounds 2 tournament just a few days ago, you would know why I'm picking SaliVibes to go over Fadeless. That Chad energy is going to propel them deep into this tournament.
I had to experience it myself. I was playing against Team Week in one of the matches on King's Row, and the guy just like runs forward and shatters, and it works most of the time. So yeah, definitely something to be wary of, definitely something to be scared of. But for me, I would say definitely still Fadeless. I think that team looks really, really strong. Could be one of the top teams in this tournament. So I'm giving them the upper edge in this. Well, we're still waiting on these teams to be fully ready. So I guess we can also talk a little bit about the format since it's our first match here, just to kind of explain people how this works. all the teams will play at least 4 matches, so everyone gets equal opportunities to prove themselves here in a sort of mini Swiss format. So winners go up against winners in the next round, and so on and so forth. The top 8 will then move on to a double elim bracket on Sunday, and hopefully by around 10 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, we will have crowned our Sub 25 champion. A little bit different from what we did for Sub 24, where it was a single elim bracket with only like 3 group stage matches. What do you guys think about this new format compared to the last one? Do you think it's better, or because it's going to give these teams a lot more chances to prove themselves, a lot more matches? What's your thoughts on that?
I can see the possibility that players could get burnt out from all these games, but I think the Sub Tourney is a really good place to actually experiment with the format. And Solomon always knows best, so I think whichever way he chooses to do this tournament, I believe in it, and I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, it's going to be like, honestly, I think having more chances to prove yourself is great because, especially with the new Swiss system, it's, things should be shaken out more fairly. The standings should make a little more sense. I think a lot of people will be glad that there will be less kind of those like, this team was snubbed the victory or whatever, right? There'll be less of that because, again, Swiss system.
Yeah.
I think it'll be great, but yeah, burnout.
Yeah, people will play a lot of Overwatch this weekend, so if you're one of the players who signed up, I hope you know what you're ready for. Also, kind of with this like shorter prep time that these teams had, it's gonna be an intense weekend. Not just for us here on the desks with like all 3 streams here running at the same time, but also definitely for these players. Well, we're almost ready here. The teams are almost ready. So let's kick things off here for Avast Sub 25. It's our first match of the night, Fadeless versus SaliVibes. With your casters Mustard and Gag. I'm gonna hand it over to you two, and I'll be back after the match with some interviews with our winners.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Blanca, the man himself. Good shit as always. But so, Gag, what are you feeling? Right? I know Sub Tourney going into this. Just general thoughts on Sub Tourney. What are you feeling?
I think Sub Tourney is always a great event every single time it comes around. It's just a great time to get to know new players and that enter the community and just have a lot of fun in a pretty low stakes environment where you can just play the game for a weekend, and get a good experience that way.
Yeah, just have do the funny, have some fun, chill over the weekend. So, first map is Nepal. Do we have a slide prep for the map pool at all? Or, anyways, yeah, the first map is Nepal. As you see here, nice and lovely,
very scenic,
very scenic Nepal. So, in the map pool being Ilios Oasis and Nepal for control. I think whichever team picked this, if it wasn't random, I believe it was higher seeded pick.
Yeah, I believe that was Fadeless then.
Yeah. So in which case, I think I would like to see sort of these two teams going at each other, kind of see how that goes as we move into the match.
Yeah, so we see that SaliVibes are running straight rush. At this point, Nepal Village, pretty standard. I would expect them to TP and just take a position on point. And we should expect to see the same thing from Fadeless.
Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to go out the right side. Yeah. I mean, I think it just goes down to whichever team goes to point first. Yeah. What do you feel?
Yeah, Fadeless does make it there.
Yeah. So SaliVibes have a lot of work cut out for them trying to break into this point, especially against that Symmetra and the Mei classic here on Nepal Village. As Seedup taking a lot of damage. Gonna fall back temporarily, which gives Fadeless full control of the point. They're gonna come in from the other side. A nice wall off, gonna split the team. Gavin Pin going into downtown. My man is in another map, but Meester able to get the pick on the handbammer, so no speed boost for SaliVibes as both Reinhardts fall. Fadeless currently with the play advantage. Oh, but Barbin's walled off. This is gonna have to be the opportunity to get the pick. Does not look like it will happen as SaliVibes kind of just chill on the outside of point for the moment.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of just using the natural cover of the point to really stay in this fight long enough that Gavin can come back and be their main tank. And look at this. There he is.
Yeah, but that window is not really going to matter if you have a main tank. That shield's going to go down really fast. Gavin says it does not. phase me whatsoever. Gonna go for the Shatter. And the rest of Fadeless are gonna follow up. The Symmetra Wall invested as well from SaliVibes.
Yeah, Tim probably wishes he had that back. So yeah, coming into this, Meester has the beats, Joshin with the wall. I think Fadeless could just play this how I would play it, like TP up onto the high ground and just use their ultimates first. Though SaliVibes will be coming back in with quite a few powerful ultimates, the Shatter and the Blizzard.
Yeah, so they're going in. They take the high ground. They're definitely waiting for some cooldowns here. We'll see what transpires. They're going to drop to the other side of the point. Team Weak now on the Cassidy. Going to be Flash, fanning Barbin. Gavin, the next one to go down to that Blizzard. The wall invested by Josh, and just to sort of, try to even things up again, provide a little bit of safety, but that wall is going to expire very quickly. Falsewords just barely able to get that bomb online. Gonna drop it down, but it does not matter. It only finds the Immortality Field as the rest of SaliVibes collapse on the point, and Fadeless are kind of staggered here. They might get caught out.
Yeah, and SaliVibes did that so efficiently. I believe all they had to invest was the Blizzard there. So they're coming into this next fight with 5 ultimates where Fadeless only have 3. And I think it's going to be a hard push for Fadeless in this next fight. And it seems like SaliVibes are actually taking the high ground now. Or no. They're sort of floating between both sides, and they're going to meet them right in the main choke.
Yeah, they're going to meet him in the middle, window going down from Fadeless, and the beat as well from Meester. Both supportals infested, but the Shatter from C-Dub just to zone a lot of people off. That beat now from Handbammer just to keep people alive, and Tim Week's Tynoon finds 2. This is the perfect opening now as Sepura finds Barbin as well. Falsewords going to be trying to clean up some kills off the back of some amazing CC, but it does not matter. You are only 1 Diva, and it's going to get staggered out here as SaliVibes looking to extend their percentage.
Yeah, Sepura did so much work during that fight,
Oh, that was so close. That was so close.
Yeah. But yeah, Sepura did so much work in that fight. If people say she can only play Zarya, I think that's categorically false. All you have to do is watch her play in PIPO Season 3. Coming to this next fight, Gavin and the team are coming through the main choke, and they're going to TP onto the point.
Yeah, nice teleporter and the wall as well. So Josh and are going to be providing a lot of cover, a lot of distance closed in such a short amount of time, but it does not matter. Gavin and Basket both fall very fast. Fadeless already on the back foot, as it's a little too late. 87%. They can't really reset here, so they're gonna have to look for maybe some staggers onto the point. But as Barbin falls as well, it's not looking all too hot. Bomb from Falsewords just to remech. It's gonna find Handbammer somehow, but that will be it. They get Meester able to get the crucial touch down, but it will not matter as SaliVibes pick up the first round here on Nepal.
I'm very impressed with what SaliVibes did during that round. They won in the mirror, and I think that's just a testament to how talented each of these players are and how they have come together as a team so quickly.
Yeah, it was good synergy there, right? They're able to come together, rush out as overall and taking the initiative. I mean, it looked really shaky in the beginning, but SaliVibes looking like they're coming back in the second half of that round. See if they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, so I see Fadeless actually switching over to this Ball Sigma comp, which I think does work quite well against what SaliVibes are going to attempt to run here. They can just isolate a target, pounce on them, and then they can go from there. So let's see what happens.
Yep. Point unlocked. Looks like a rush from SaliVibes, but a very different Ball Sigma comp coming out from Fadeless here. Let's see if the Ball Sigma can overcome this rush that SaliVibes have proven they're so strong at. As Gavin getting knocked around, not quite getting taken out though. As not really finding much value with that grapple. Able to get into the backline, but there might not be enough. Joshin on the Tracer now, trying to catch out someone not looking his direction, but looks like he will not get anyone. The minefield already gained for Gavin, despite the first cap going in the way of SaliVibes, and that will actually just crumple them. Those mines taken out too, doing a lot of work to zone them off, and team kill Gong's Reign.
Yeah, Gavin just had to roll through that team 1 or 2 times to get enough ultimate charge to get that minefield off, and from there it was just curtains for SaliVibes. This next fight, It's only thing on board for Fadeless is the Pulse Bomb, but it's looking even worse for SaliVibes.
Yeah, and they get this, just get taking a lot of damage already. Just trying to leave that high ground area and the window going out from Super Smooth. Hopefully should split things up, but that the Gravitic Flux is going to do so much. Timweek does not land in the Immortality Field. They get taken out by the Flux, but Fadeless do give up control of the point. So it's overall a fight you take if you are SaliVibes, and still winnable. I mean, Gavin extremely low. Someone shoot this ball player. Looks like that will finally occur, but at the expense of the other main tank. Beat coming out from Handbammer just to equalize things, and the Blizzard as well. Thought SaliVibes have a really good shot to win this, but that rally from Miser is going to make it so much harder, especially Basket now with that Transcendence as well. Both support ults being used in conjunction with each other, but that Immortality Field is going to keep people alive for SaliVibes as the rest of Fadeless slowly start to trickle back in. And,
Yeah, this is such a scrappy fight, dude.
yeah, there's not a lot. But finally, at long last, looks like Gavin able to get one onto Seedup with those mines. Josh now with the Tracer, with the Pulse Bomb, going to be taken out too. And I think Fadeless might actually finally firmly have won that. But giving up control of SaliVibes means such a net gain for SaliVibes.
Yeah, both teams were committing ultimates left and right to try to keep the fight going, and it ultimately worked in SaliVibes' favor. But yeah, Fadeless did take the point in the end. And coming into this next fight, SaliVibes have a lot of tools to actually come in with and take back this point. They have the Shatter, the Bomb. They could just rush the point, collapse on probably False Swords, and see what they can do.
Yeah, again, Gavin, though, creating a lot of disruption, but Timweek with that high noon is going to force Fadeless to play a little safer as the 1,000 health Wrecking Ball in your backline. That Shatter is going to go straight on the False Swords, as you mentioned. Going to be taking him out immediately, as that high noon not going to find anything as well from Fadeless, but everyone falling so extremely low on both sides. But it looks like SaliVibes was able to keep their team long enough alive just to get those kills. 2 ultimates invested just to kill Seedup there, and SaliVibes might have won this fight, but anything still can happen as Super Smooth just really guaranteeing it with that window now.
Yeah, I think that in this next fight, SaliVibes will have the advantage, as they have the Blizzard, they have the tools they need to keep this point at least until 99%, I'm thinking. Fadeless on the other side don't really have much. They have the Trance, they have the Flux. I don't see how that can really break into this point as well as they would need to. There's the Flux.
Yeah, there is that Flux, as you mentioned, but the beat from Handbammer is going to come out at just the right time to keep everyone alive. False Swords going to be taken out once again, the first to fall in these fights, but Seedup short to follow. Timweek not connecting those shots on the Barbin, not able to take out that 1 HP Echo, as Josh is now looking for a flank. Gonna recall, not gonna be able to get anything, but he's close to that Pulse Bomb. But again, SaliVibes getting kills left, right, and center, but does not really matter. Fadeless, you are in overtime. And Mister with the rally now, trying to keep people up on the point as long as possible. Mister himself going to be taking aggression, going to be taken out too with the Brigida. Not something you see that often nowadays, as SaliVibes once again have equalized this fight.
Barbin gets the kill onto Timweek. That could actually be huge. Yeah, they retake the point. Wow.
Yeah, good call from SaliVibes just to back off a bit, but Sephora with a nice eat from on a Joshin's Pulse Bomb that might actually... Wait, they might actually go here, both DPS. Actually, no, DPS and a tank down for Fadeless. Looks like they are going to be pressing the go button. Seedup has the Shatter. We'll see who he lays it down on right now. Looking for the backline. He's going to be able to get the Brigida, but that Transcendent is going to be keeping him nice and alive. Mister not having to worry as Seedup goes a little too aggressive, gets taken out for Handbammer now with the beat just to keep his team's health bars nice and healthy. Both teams at 99% now. Whoever loses this fight will be losing the round, and Fadeless are hoping they are not the ones to drop this one, as Sephora trading out her life for that Echo kill. Mines again. Gavin buildings up extremely fast, and looks like that Blizzard is going to be good though. Rally from Miser, going to be giving him just enough movement speed just to catch up onto the point and get that crucial touch. Gets frozen up, not going to get taken out, however, which might be detrimental, as Barbin struggling against that struggling against the Baptiste there a little bit. Looks like SaliVibes down on players yet again. Fadeless now with ultimates, gonna be using the copy. They should be winning this fight, but anything can happen. The crucial touch still can occur from Frost, and it does not look like it will.
Man, yeah. I just want to call out Meester there. Meester did such a good job in that last fight, staying alive long enough to get the second rally. And I think that's really what sealed the deal for SaliVibes to take that second point of Nepal. Yeah,
Handhammer with
plays.
the very, very true statement, Leona moment. Very true.
So this last point of Nepal comes down to this, and I see Fadeless are going on the typical double shield strategy. I actually prefer this. As long as SaliVibes can actually use their speed to their advantage and push onto the double shield more quickly than they die to this onslaught of damage, I think this could be really close.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, like, it seems very close at the moment. See what they do.
Yeah.
They're moving forward. They are pressing the W key.
It's very typical positioning from the double shield on the right side of the point.
I think pretty standard. I think SaliVibes are going to want to take a little bit of aggression here. I mean, they're not really gaining much right now.
Yeah, and they just given up all this space to the double shield. I think they're going around the left side. Ooh.
Yeah, but Fadeless set themselves up on the point as they're going to give over first cap. Timweek now on the flank. He's probably going to get caught out here.
The Torbjorn.
But yeah, the rest of the team follows. I think that's what you want to do against this double shield. You want to give as little space as possible. Meester in a bad position, not going to fall, however. Both turrets down, no 7th men around for both these teams. But Falswords, he gets moved off by Sepura. As you mentioned, Gods of Diva as the window now from SaliVibes. Going to be the first team to get that ultimate online. The Immortality Field forced to be invested onto Gavin just to keep him alive on the objective. And that wall from Joshin should keep SaliVibes in that room, or maybe it won't, as Seed Up taking Gavin with them. That's a little bit of a main tank difference, if you ask me, but so, you know, maybe you want that main tank alive here, as the rest of your team will fall, but you do get control of the point, so still a net gain.
Yeah, that very quick wall from Joshin was a great tool for Fadeless to just set up on point and rain damage into SaliVibes. I will say, though, SaliVibes does have the Blizzard and the Shatter, so if they can really use the advantage of the rush composition and just run at them, build that Blizzard and fight, take the fight to them, that would be really where they could show some success.
Yeah, that the Salty Truck being invested by Sepura, not really going to find much value with it, but Falster's going to be popping that Flux immediately, and 2 kills come off the back of it. Falster's with 2 himself. Handhammer gets the boot on to Barbin. It's a little bit of a fade away kill there from the Lucio, but yeah, Fadeless handily win that, but they invest a lot.
Yeah, 4 ultimates, and quite powerful ones, I might say. People say Bongo can win a fight. Rally definitely can. Flux is a great engagement tool. Fadeless are missing a lot of the tools they need to really deal with this rush comp, and SaliVibes are coming in with all the tools they need in this next fight.
Yeah, as SaliVibes walking up now, the window being invested by Basket means that a lot of damage will be coming through. Seed Up gonna fall immediately. Falster's getting booped off by Handhammer. Presumably frozen up was that Sigma, so unfortunate timing there, as Handhammer also investing that beat just to make sure everyone has the health bars to aggress, and it's like that is what will happen. Frost does get taken out, but should be smooth sailing for a little bit here.
Yeah, you might say super smooth sailing. Yeah, so I think Fadeless are going to have a bit of an issue trying to push into this rush comp now, trying to retake the point on the double shield. I think since they haven't got many ultimates, they might be better suited to swap, but no, they're running in with this composition.
Yep, there it is. They're going aggressive into there. Seed Up late in the Shatter, not really going to get anything except for a Fortified Orisa, so I guess maybe the damage can come down, but again, taking this aggressive positioning. Reinhardt falling extremely low. Funny rectangle band, not really having the funny time with the health bars. He goes down immediately as Gavin taking the stand on the battle cattle. Is going to be walking up and aggressive. While invested by Timweek just to sort of replace that main tank shield, but the Flux is good. It's going to take out Sepura's mech. Barbin going down. Things are still losable for both these teams at the moment, but with Super Smooth going down, this should just be the fight going Fadeless's way, as cleanup kills go through.
Meester picks up 3 there, I think. Maybe it was 4. Great play from him there. flexing onto the flex support now from the Brig last 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean,
And this is last by territory, yeah, now.
Yeah, Baptiste Zenyatta, classic composition. Has a crucial touch from Sepora, but her mech just gets eviscerated, so it does not really matter. Next one to get on the point is Handbammer, but Falster's going down. That things are still very winnable. Josh in a very bad position. Frost with the Blizzard going to be taking out a... Yep. Oh. Gavin's Bongo, Gavin's Supercharger. Definitely something you take out, but forced to touch is that Orisa, so going to be melted down by Timweak on that Reaper. As a point control in SaliVibes' favor at the moment. Someone has to touch the point. Looks like it will be Barbin and Meester, actually, as Meester now going down to Handbammer. No tanks alive on the point for SaliVibes at the moment. All up to the DPS as Barbin getting a little overzealous there with the hammer. Oh, and then you really don't want to do that one as the rest of SaliVibes return. They're going to be taking people out left, right, and center. Across. Oh, Timweak with 3 before he gets taken out, actually, and Gavin, just barely able to make it back, but will get booped off by Sepora in the end. C-Dub cleaning up with the last kill. SaliVibes taking a very close Nepal.
Yeah, that could have gone either way.
Man, that was close.
My Pred's looking good, though, eh?
Hey, I mean, I did say it would be close, so maybe...
Yeah.
My prediction's still alive. Prediction is still alive for me. I mean, we gotta see another round, another map just to be sure. So yeah, we're back.
It's us.
See our nice cams here. It's us.
Cam.
Just me. Gag.
Yeah.
No cam there. Yeah.
Not yet.
Nothing there. But yeah, what a map we just saw from both these teams. I mean, a lot to prove, and I think, as I kind of mentioned before the match, that C-Dub stepping up.
Yeah, I think that these close maps in such a high stakes situation where you're on match point now, I think you need that leadership and veteran presence of Joshin to really bring the regroup the team and pick a good map, get a good plan for this next round of round 1.
Yeah, and I mean, you want to start off strong, right? It's good for the mental, but also, just feels nice. 1-0, you have the mental going into the second round of Swiss, and it just feels good on you as a team. And, Fadeless, looking at some of these players, I think they really want to take this match. Start themselves off 1-0, keep the mental strong going into the future stages of Sub Tourney. I mean,
yeah, everyone wants to win.
Everyone wants to win, but I don't know. That roster looks like they do. To me, it feels like they could boom. I mean, you think that's going to happen to any teams here?
I think it's an inevitability for some teams, but I think both of these teams have a strong mental in their leadership with Timweak and Joshin.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, teams boom left, right, and center quite often, so.
I think it's a little early to call it booming yet. I think let's wait to see.
yeah, definitely. Expect some retirement Twitlongers maybe in like 30 minutes. The classic BPL style. Pull up, retire, come back. That's how it goes. Classic. So as we move into the next map, which will be hybrid. What are the hybrid maps we can pick? What's on the list?
What are they? I have to expect King's Rose on there. So I would expect probably
it's King's Row, Eichenwald, and Numbani. So those are the maps in the hybrid map pool.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, if we're seeing kind of like the direction that Fadeless kind of wanted to go in, right? They wanted to play double shield and like Brig Zen and like that style of composition. I think.
Thank you, Alwyn.
Thank you, Alwyn. Alwyn is targeting teams are stalling 4 players. Let's go. So I mean, in the direction that Fadeless kind of wanted to go in, I think they want to kind of go to Numbani, right? Eichenwald, and that's still pretty rush dominant. King's Row, very rush dominant, but Numbani, you're kind of forced to run dive. You could run double shield, maybe on the defense, and it's less sort of emphasis on Reinhardt, which you kind of want to take away from QI Boy, the Reinhardt, and the Winston.
Yeah, Fadeless definitely showed that they were the more flexible team in this last Nepal map, and I think that they're going to try to use that strength against SaliVibes, who have only shown Rush in this one map. I think there's still potential for them because they're like all of the players on SaliVibes I know to be pretty flexible in their own right, but how that comes together as a team, we'll have to see.
It is really hot right now.
It's like
I'm
like
dying.
90 degrees, right?
Yeah, I am dying.
Hang in there, Mustard.
Yeah, I have to be outside later too. It's gonna be tough.
I will say, I wish I could have that weather right now. It's so miserable here.
No, you don't. Let's be honest.
Hey, I've been missing the summer. It's been a long winter.
I mean, let's be real. Too hot. No AC. Just sucks. Just sucks all around. I don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looks like Fadeless do pick Pingmania, actually. In the midst of all of this, they are going to Pingmania. So, as we kind of alluded to, you want to play silly comps, go to Pingmania.
Pretty much. You can play the double shield, you can play the Winston Diva, you can play a ton of different things, and I think it's going to force SaliVibes to flex a little bit, to see what they can actually do on other compositions other than Rush.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've seen C-Dub, we've seen his Winston. Will they pivot into that here? Will they maybe go for ball? Let's kind of, what's the move there? We have some substitutions, I believe, if we can get those listed off.
I think it's Optical Crash and Joshin, right? They're coming in on the DPS for Fadeless.
Yeah, I mean, Joshua was in the last round, I believe.
Okay.
But Optical Crash coming in on DPS for Fadeless. Gilbert OW. I would like to go on a limb and say that's Audi.
On
Yeah,
SaliVibes as well.
Yeah, Odyssey coming in, and I believe that is it actually for SaliVibes on their substitutions. So
yeah, and we see SaliVibes actually running out on this Monkey Diva for the defense on first point Nambani, and we're seeing False Swords, you fake me out there with the hog. Yeah, we'll be seeing a pretty similar composition from Fadeless, but with the Echo instead of the Soldier. So probably a bit more pokey style than what SaliVibes are going for.
yeah, I mean, Tim Week on the legs, known for it a little bit. Looks like Fadeless not really going to be able to take that high ground just yet. SaliVibes did a good job of holding it off. Tim Week spotted Falsers. He's going to get demacked. And that's already not looking too hot for the attacking Fadeless as, they take the point. But, no tech given up quite yet.
Yep, just a quick disengagement after that DMAC. I think they're even trying to wait it out and re-engage real quickly once False Swords gets that mech pack.
Yeah, so we'll see if he is going to even be able to get that mech back. Looks like he will, but Gavin.
Gavin. And that's just another 20 seconds they have to wait.
Yeah, he just gets eviscerated there, but SaliVibes do fall low, so they do have to be very careful. I mean, Echo Focusing Beam definitely kills you very fast. It's not Focusing Beam after all.
And Joshin is building up that duplicate so quickly. I think they're probably going to wait and then engage using that. Oh, but look at that, Gavin.
Oh, they do have Nano Boost, so looks like SaliVibes is going to be aggressing off the back of that. Tim Week taking out Basket with those Helix, but Frost, Gilbert, and Sipora all going down as a CW in the back line. A little too aggressive. Joshin using duplicate now just to probably keep himself alive as the rest of SaliVibes kind of fall. Subas moves some way, somehow, still alive. Does not walk away with that Tracer kill. Extremely close, though, and I believe SaliVibes will just be giving this one up.
Yeah, really well done from Gavin there, getting 2 with the Primal. Even though he got slept in the end by Super Smooth, that was a great performance from him on that first point attack. Into this next fight, Fadeless have a few tools. They have the Diva Bomb, they have the Rally. I think what SaliVibes should do is they should just... Oh, sorry. When Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess I'll have to do it later.
Yeah, the fight's already over. Goodness me.
Yeah, Fadeless getting 2 extremely good picks. Make that 3 now as Timwin going down late in that fight. If it was really a fight to begin with, that
Yeah.
SaliVibes are, they got thrown for a loop there as a Fadeless with a lot of ultimates now.
Right, I think Fadeless should just stick on this point, use it as like, a sort of a rallying point, and then just get as much movement as I can. Yeah, SaliVibes are going to try to take second from them first.
Yeah, SaliVibes with the opening up with that visor, and gonna force Fadeless back. Doesn't really take them out. Easter now with the rally just to keep the backline nice and tanky. As you see Basket with 300 HP, definitely something to be feared if you are C-Dub in the backline. And as he pops that Primal, not really gonna be able to get any kills off of it. Optical Crash, gonna be losing that Tracer duel as Gavin trying to take that high ground. Does get knocked off, but will build the Primal up. C-Dub slept and nanoed, actually. Very unfortunate. That bomb doesn't kill him, but the follow-up shall as Meester goes down. Sephora looking to take out that Brigida. Will he be able to do it? Does not look like he will as Super Smooth gets taken out now, and the rest of Fadeless slowly but surely will take this point. Joshin, using the copy though, I don't know if that's the play.
Yeah, I don't think you can be too upset about that, though, as SaliVibes committed 4 ults to try to hold Nimbani second. The classic "this point doesn't exist" point where you might as well not commit anything. Bit of a misplay, I think, from them, but at least they can try to hold this 3rd point with the slightly damaged ult economy of Fadeless in this next fight.
Yeah, and slightly damaged ult economy might bite them in the back here as a skirmish is going both ways. Optical Crash does have the pulse bomb. Will he go for an aggressive play into the backline? Maybe, but Gavin going down early spells disaster for your team, especially with Team Weak aggressing with that visor, and yeah, the entirety of Fadeless just back off.
Yeah, and now SaliVibes' tank line is actually taking this high ground to sort of prevent any other entryway onto this this point other than the main choke point, which I think is really smart from them to just deny all options for Fadeless apart from the one where they can actually get stuff done. But oh, the fight's starting.
Yeah, no funny flanks, but Optical Crash opening things up with that pulse bomb. The rest of Fadeless collapse and follow up right behind him, and now SaliVibes gonna be going for this final defense here right before the point caps. Frost able to get the crucial touch just to keep the point contested just long enough for the rest of SaliVibes to return. C-Dub with the Primal now, gonna be having to pop it just to get that health bar back, but no one's on the point. No one's on the point.
Oh no! I think there's no other way around it. That is a classic C9.
That is a classic, good old C9.
C-Dub had the Primal. Oh.
Yeah, just stepped off just for a little bit. I mean, you got picks too. Gavin going down there was very close. And if you close your eyes, that's true.
But yeah, 3 minutes on Nimbani is a very good time for Fadeless. I think they might use that, the classic, you want to defend first. I think actually it went in Fadeless' favor that they actually were attacking, because now they know they have so much to work with on this this defense here on Nimbani. And Fadeless going with this anti-dive Orisa Diva, which I think is quite smart for this this Nimbani point.
Yeah, Orisa Diva, a classic Nimbani composition. As you mentioned, good for anti-dive. You have the Diva to peel, you have the Brigida, and I mean, you just have Orisa just standing there,
Yes. And the broken Echo character as well.
Yeah, the funny Echo character. Optical Crash and Joshin actually swapping heroes this round.
Okay, yeah, I see the Ball Diva with the nearly identical DPS line apart from the Tracer there with SaliVibes. I'm interested to see how they're actually going to play this, because I feel that the Fadeless comp is just going to run this into the ground.
Yeah, perhaps, but we shall see. I mean, maybe you get a lucky break and maybe you don't. Yeah, anything can happen in the game of Overwatch. C-Dub already in the backline. He will be spotted out, but probably looking to boot some people off. Sephora going to be backing up their tank counterpart as Frost on the point, looking to get some chip damage down. Team Weak gets clicked early, so no Echo already, and things just are already spelling disaster for SaliVibes.
Yeah, a very quick fight. Probably, though, SaliVibes are thankful that that ended so quickly, because they can actually maybe make some adjustments in this next fight. Oh, and Sephora gets a little bit of a stagger, too. Oh, but cute.
Oh, that might be good. I mean, ball definitely a lot faster than that Brigitte. So perhaps they have this window of opportunity to aggress. They have this window to move in. We'll see if that is what happens.
Yeah, but we still have this neutral auto economy, so I think despite losing Meester so late in that fight, I think Fadeless can still extend this and get Meester back in this fight before SaliVibes can really do anything.
Yeah, see that with a nice slam. Yeah, they're gonna be able to burst out Josh and forcing that immortality to be used as well. Basket just thrown for a loop. Sephora loses her mech, but who knows? Things are still equal here on the battlefield as SaliVibes just looking to encroach their way in. Not really gonna be finding that just yet, as both teams kind of in a stalemate. That Baby Diva finally gets taken out, but things again still in a stalemate. Not much has occurred. As you see the backline kind of dueling optical crash there.
Yes, but SaliVibes did manage to pick up a tick during that whole fight where, yeah, Fadeless just didn't drop to the point. And I think that's sort of changed things a little bit for SaliVibes, because they know that perhaps they can take the fight to the point and force Fadeless to play into them. You know, put a little more pressure there.
Yeah, there it is. See that once again back. Going to be using the same slam, but no one's there for you to hit the bongo now. Just to give everyone a little extra damage, looking to make things a lot harder to push in. C-Dub stays alive.
He gets away.
Just barely, he gets away. Oh, can't make that shit up, man. As Fadeless still holding on to this point. The SaliVibes, you wonder if they're gonna want to change things up.
Yeah, and Fadeless didn't even commit very much. They only used the High Noon and the Orisa bongo. They still have tons of tools like the Echo Copy, and here it is.
Yeah, Echo Copy going down now. Optical Crash going to be duping that Diva. And as Basket takes out Tim Weeks, a no copy for SaliVibes potentially online. Fadeless again getting all these kills in their favor as they only find one onto Josh. And 1 minute remains on the clock for SaliVibes to hopefully break this point. But regardless of what they do, their time bank will be worse than Fadeless.
Yeah, danger sounds for SaliVibes. They only have probably 1, maybe 2 fights. They do have the rally and the Diva Bomb though, so I think they could maybe, like Diva Bomb and rally onto the point, use the Diva Bomb to zone the double shield, and maybe pick up another tick or maybe the whole point if they get a few picks in there as well.
And you know they're still staging. I think definitely looking to make this. Oh no, never mind. As I say that, Tim gets taken out. But Odyssey, however, still going to be popping that rally. Still going to be trying to keep things in line for SaliVibes. Josh getting taken out and Gavin going down to that self-destruct. This might be the go button. But Super Smooth and Frost both get taken out. Things are looking a little dicey. That's the bomb from Falsters coming out. Going to be finding Sephora's mech. And the rest of SaliVibes not really able to stay alive. C-Dub going down there as Tim Week trying to get some damage out, but will ultimately not be able to. We are going to a third map here.
Yeah. Whew, map 3. But yeah, after that map, I think Fadeless really showed their strengths. You know, they forced SaliVibes to play a comp that they maybe weren't very comfortable on. You know, they played the rush all last map, and they were playing this ball comp more often than not on this this attack. And you know, Fadeless really showed that double shield just works. Or sorry, the Orisa Diva, just Orisa. Orisa's just a very fun character to play.
Yeah, everyone loves a little bit of Orisa. You know, nice horse. The horse in the game, hitting the battle cattle as a see Fadeless taking that second map back. I mean, it was their map pick, and ultimately they are able to, you know, hold on to it. Right, it's their map pick after all. As you know, the final decider here will be Escort, third map type in the rotation. No 2CP, by the way. No 2CP in this tournament.
Praise be.
Gone. Yep. I mean, after all, 2CP will be just gone in like 2 weeks. So, I mean,
yes.
yeah, might as well take care of business a little early here in BPL. We're going to get rid of it now. As, you know, SaliVibes, they have Gibraltar, Route 66, and Junkertown to pick from. Definitely a wild assortment for Escort maps here. I mean, what do you think? Where do you think they want to go?
I wouldn't think they would want to stay away from Jib, though. I could see them picking roots. You know, you can run a lot of different things on there. You can run the rush. You can run a double shield comp. I'm interested to see what they actually end up picking because I think it really could go any direction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to avoid Gibraltar. I agree with that. Avoid Gibraltar. I think if they wanted to try something a little funny, they could try Junkertown. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it is just Junkertown. Like, Junkertown.
It's Junkertown. It's the silly map.
Junkertown.
It's token silly map.
Yeah, it's a silly map. We'll see if they want to channel that silly energy. As you know, kind of wait on these teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tim is a little bit of a silly guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I do hope they do pick fast. I do have to go somewhere pretty soon.
Yes. Please.
Junkertown.
Hey!
Junkertown.
Let's
There
go.
you go. We kind of
All right.
alluded to it. There it is. Junkertown will be the third and final map in this series. We do a little bit of silly here. We'll see if what SaliVibes have in store for us.
Yeah. To be honest, the comp the bog standard comp that I imagine on Junkertown usually is this Zenyatta, this Orisa, just a very bunkery and poke focused composition that I think could possibly work in Fadeless' favor. But I think it's gonna be really close regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, right? You know, we saw Fadeless on the dive on the double shield. 2 comps you can run on Junkertown here. So you get the player cams. You know, not much coming from nothing from SaliVibes, but everything from Fadeless. We see Basket, False Words, Josh, and see there. Nice expressions.
Some emotion there. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, definitely zoned in for this match, and
apparently there's a frog playing for Basket. Is that a frog?
That is Basket. I don't know what you mean.
I apologize.
That is Basket. Like, how dare you diss my man like that?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, Junkertown. Really looking forward to this map. I think, the Silly Rats streamer should play on the Silly Rat map.
That is true. So we will see if the funny rat comes out today.
I will say we were talking to C-Dub before this round of
nice Pokemon cards, Joshin.
Oh, Joshin, what is that? Rayquaza? Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Oh, look
at that, Rayquaza. There it is. Rayquaza. Yeah, he's got it.
What is that? Garchomp. Oh, I'm a big fan of the Garchomp.
See, that one's
Electabuzz, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. That's he's going through these too fast. The camera's not focusing.
Is that Magnetite and Zapdos? I have to say, I never played a proper Pokemon game. I just know all these Pokemon from like.
Neither have I. I haven't actually played a proper Pokemon game. Like I played a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, and then I played Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah! Wow, real casual.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had a game console. I never had a DS or anything. Oh, he's got Tech too. Josh is just the coolest guy.
Yeah, clearly. If we had to choose the winner based off of clout, I think Joshin definitely will win this one. I mean, you saw those cards. There's no contest.
Right. If a man shows you his Pokemon card collection, you bow down.
Precisely. As an obstacle crash, hello. I mean, I see your camera is now alive. There's Basket. Some motion on the camera there.
Right.
Gonna be centering himself a little bit more. Centering himself a little better.
Yeah, you gotta get a good shot for the clips.
Yep. As a Fadeless do choose to attack first, I believe. No, defend first. I apologize.
Okay.
As you saw the side swap there. So Fadeless looking to defend first. Meester. That's
Jeez, Cheese and
Cheese and
crackers.
crackers. Yo!
Yo. The meal of
Yo.
champions.
Yeah, it's the meal of champions. We're stuck in the lobby. You know what, Meester? I agree. I want this game to get going too. I agree. I am
Yes.
put in all in for Nacho Man. Too soon.
Hashtag too soon. Aw. And that's it. That's all we get from Meester.
Yeah, thank you for that brief moment of enlightenment, Meester. Definitely appreciated it. As honestly, we need to get things started.
Gotcha. So much entertainment in these player cams. What is Josh still showing a video of himself? Oh, that's his play. So he took a picture of his own player cam and is showing us that picture.
That is Avast. That is Avast.
Gosh.
That is Avast.
Which one is this? Clearly not educated in the Pokemon ways.
Yep. Fortunate.
I would just like to say thank you to Fadeless. This has been very entertaining. I see them as kind of the memers now of this tournament, perhaps.
I mean, on the topic of memers, we're in. Let's go.
Augers.
Yeah, we are now finally going to experience Junkertown for probably the first time in a really long time. I personally have not casted Junkertown in a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely a niche map that you don't see too often. And coming out from SaliVibes on this attack, you see the double shield with the Ashe Hanzo there. I think this is quite strong if you're expecting, the double shield, but Fadeless are actually running out on the Sig Rhine instead of the Orisa Rhine here. Sort of a rush hybrid with a Sigma instead of a Diva. Interesting to see how they play with that. Probably just a little more poke compared to the Diva, and
yeah, I mean the Sigma, he has its utility, right? You have the extra shield, you have kind of the Gravitic Flux, definitely very useful for rush, especially as you see they're trying to hold the spawn doors, but SaliVibes already, with the heads up play, they're going to be split up top and bottom spawn doors just to really prevent themselves from getting chokeholded here, as they're finally going to be able to slip out. With a lot of aggression now coming out, Gavin going to be walking at them. The Immortality Field forced out from Super Smooth. Foster's going to be claiming the first blood onto the Sigma counterpart in Sephora, as C-Dub now scrambling to get back into spawn, will not make it, however.
Flash. But yeah, successful first fight hold for Fadeless. Let's see how they take this next fight.
Yeah. And completely unrelated to the match, I am listening to music while I'm casting. I feel like it's helped me focus. Some bangers just came on, so I'm a little jamming out to that. I see not really jamming out to the optical crash Cassidy here getting taken out. Tim Week now on the Pharah.
Oh, taken out.
Yeah, definitely an interesting play. Just to try to break that rush chokehold. They are stuck to their spawn. 408 right now.
Yeah.
They've just been confined to this. The Dragon Strike does come through, but that Immortality Field just allows Fadeless to just stand in it. As showing a little bit of dominance, a little bit of superiority there as the windows coming out from both teams, but SaliVibes might have finally cracked it. 2 players down for Fadeless and make that a third one as Meester goes down now. Not a lot of kills coming out from SaliVibes to keep, for Fadeless to keep this alive. And SaliVibes finally breaking that spawn hold. But, 2 minutes.
Yeah, only 2 minutes for this first push. I will say, Fadeless, with that close hold, they did gain quite a good ultimate advantage here. They're coming back with both tank ults, a beat, and probably a blizzard by the time this fight gets started. I think that was definitely the right play from them to just burn time off the clock and give them a greater chance at holding it first.
Yeah, so Frost just gets picked there. Tim Week going down as well. SaliVibes are just they just got crumpled here. Like no other way to put it. They just got crumpled.
I think Fadeless heard about you may have to go soon, so they're expediting this map for us.
Yeah, thank you, Fadeless, for doing that one.
All right, and we see C-Dub going onto the Rhine, so we're seeing a bit more of a mirror in the tank and DPS now, for both teams.
Yeah, so we'll see that is what happens. Gavin lays the shatter down, but not before getting taken out. But C-Dub gets traded. Meester with that beat. Got a basket going down means not a lot of healing for Fadeless. You know, only the Lucio here as Meester will beat themselves on the point. As oh, that's a nice blizzard coming out there. Joshin gonna be zoning out a lot of people. C4 goes down. You know, Fadeless might be turning this one back around as you know Meester, you know, with the crucial touch, with the crucial staying on the point as Fadeless. Oh, optical crash. Nice headshot on the Timweek on the off angle there. Gavin has returned, and it looks like, yep, Fadeless will be holding on.
Yeah. I think as Fadeless, you that's pretty much a must-win fight. You committed, like, I think 4 ultimates at that time. So if you end up losing that fight and SaliVibes take first and get a good defensive position on, like, that first point on into second, you may get rolled all the way to third. But I think Fadeless are really in a good position here.
They're really playing it. They're really playing it safe. Really playing it nice and close as False Surge with the flux now be opening up with it. A lot of people extremely low. Frost dropping the Dragon Strike just to make sure Fadeless can't really follow up as Meester goes down to the Dragons. And False Surge trying his hardest. You see him trying his hardest as now overtime has begun. SaliVibes looking to aggress, but Optical Crash getting the pick on a Handhammer will make things a lot harder when you don't have that speed boost or that little extra healing. Gavin able to get the smush on the Q White Boy. Man, that's a little bit of a main tank difference there. Team kill, ring, and there it is. Full hold from Fadeless.
My gosh, yeah. What a change in just performance from the first map into the second and third map. Fadeless are showing that they really have the upper hand here in pretty much every respect. I think it's going to be quite difficult for SaliVibes to hold it before even it made it to the first point. Yeah, really going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, you know, SaliVibes here, they just look a little lost. I mean, they ran that double shield for I think the whole map, which I don't know if you really wanted to keep going up against that. I mean, didn't feel like it was working too hot. I think you really wanted to switch things up, and too little, too late.
Yeah, I think that the memes might be coming out now. We see Optical Crash on the Genji, False Swords on the Hog. This is going to be an interesting first few fights here. The Shimada brothers in action on Fadeless. Meanwhile, we see a pretty normal, you know, rush with the Sigma comp that we saw Fadeless run on this this defense.
Yeah, we'll see if they actually stick to it, though. I mean, you know, they are still in the spawn after all.
Yeah, the you know, it's very funny, you know, baiting us casters like this with going with these very interesting hero choices. Really makes our life very easy. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna go for the spawn hold. Definitely, when you have so little space to give, you want to use as much as you can. Joshin read into this a little bit, you know, locking that Pharah. Or maybe you just want to be a little bit of, have a little bit of fun. But it looks like no more, says Fadeless. Says,
what a charge!
That's quite the pin. And the rest of SaliVibes crumble along, fall by the wayside, and Fadeless again, fast attack.
Yeah, with how far away SaliVibes' spawn is, I think this goes to one more fight. And if Fadeless can pull that off, they take the map and the match.
Yeah, I mean,
and C-Dub on the ball now. Probably going.
He has
for
to
the
get
touch.
He's going for the crucial touch, definitely. But
Timweek.
nice shot from Timweek. Connects straight onto Joshin. Getting that headshot right in the noggin, gonna take him out. Fight early, which might actually be what you need, especially with that tracer from Frost to harass Meester in the backline on that Zenyatta. Things might be looking a little good for SaliVibes here, but that cart still getting dangerously close to finishing. That yellow box of victory just mere meters away, but it does not matter. Fadeless coming in clutch, gonna be getting a kill, 2 kills, 3 kills. You know, Joshin has returned with the barrage, but looks like all these silly picks seem to have worked out. Fadeless will be taking the win here on Junkertown, and you know, put themselves up 1-0 in the Sub Tourney.
Yeah,
Gavin, first Sub Tourney win. Yes.
Oh, first map win for Gavin. Very nice.
First map win for Gavin. So you know what? Everyone, give it up for Gavin.
Let's go.
Give it up for Gavin.
Let's go.
Let's go, Gavin.
Let's go.
Oh, Gavin. I was just hopping in. I'm viewing everything, and I have to ask. on. I have to clarify. I see someone in chat. Alwyn is drafted for SaliVibes, correct?
This is
He's
true.
technically
I
drafted.
believe so. Yeah.
So I noticed that there was a joke saying, talking about how Alwyn slipped in dog piss again. What's going on with that? What's going on with that?
Honestly,
do you know,
huh?
do you
Does
know,
anyone know
do you know what
what's
happened
the
the
origin of it?
first time?
No.
You know, the first time, I believe it was either Sub Tourney 4 or it was like BPL 2. Like he he broke his arm slipping on dog piss. That was a
He
legitimate
broke
thing that
his
happened.
arm flipping on
Something
dog
like
piss.
that. Something
How
like
much
that.
dog piss?
Enough.
Where's Alwyn to it? I don't want to take away from their win, but I saw that and I had to comment. I simply had to comment because it had to be an ocean of piss that this man had slipped in. It's an incredible amount. Well, good game to Fadeless, or because even though they did lose, they put up a good. Wait, no, they won, right? They won.
They did win.
SaliVibes
Fadeless did
lost.
win.
I meant to say good game to SaliVibes, even though they lost, but it was a strong performance. It was a strong performance. I mostly just wanted to comment about the piss, honestly.
Yeah.
So that was also I was taking a look at Joshin's player cam throughout that and looking at his Pokemon cards and such. But walking away from this, let's discuss the match a bit. Mustard, well, how do you feel about looking forward for SaliVibes, or SaliVibes, I should say, their future in this? It's a Swiss system. They got other chances to go. Do you think they still got a strong chance?
I mean, Nepal, they looked really strong, right? They genuinely, they were toe to toe with Fadeless. They had, they were very competitive in most, if not all of their fights there in Nepal. If they're able to sort of recreate that success, I think SaliVibes have a shot, finishing top of the table, genuinely being a contender, a team to be feared.
Okay. And Golden Apple, or I should say Gag, I don't know which one. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Gag or Golden Apple guy? What's your...
People always ask me. I prefer Gag. I know it's kind of weird.
Gag?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Well, Gag, and then looking forward for Fadeless after their first win, hot off their first win. What's their trajectory? Do they look like another strong team going forward? Did they get lucky in the matchup? Like, how are you feeling about Josh and crew?
I think Fadeless has shown quite a bit of flexibility. They picked the Numbani pick. They played so many different compositions on Nepal. I think that for such a new team to have a good grasp of those different compositions will get them really far in this tournament. Not to mention they have, like I mentioned before, the Sydney Surfers duo of Meester and Fall Swords. I believe they won the BPL Season 2 mid-season tournament. Is that correct?
They did win mid-season. I believe they also came in second as well.
Yeah,
for
the runners-up.
So
yeah. They have winning in their blood.
Okay, interesting. Well, I mostly wanted to talk about the piss, but also, we could talk about the game a little bit. So, I'm gonna let you guys close it out. Good luck to the teams here in the B stream going forward, and Mustard and Gag. Thank you for the continued casting. No one slip on any piss and break any limbs while you're gone. I'm gonna go head out to a different stream.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for visiting Avast, as he has left the channel now.
Goodbye,
yeah, let's bring Jimmy back in this conversation. Jimmy, get back in here. Take my seat. I got places to be. Take my seat.
Yeah, Mustard, you have to go, so you're excused.
Take my seat real quick.
Go
in memoriam, you can have me leaving. So
all right, take care, Mustard.
Avast just came in here, finessed on me, and took over my spot. But that's fine. It's a tournament. I'm not gonna say anything.
Usurping, yes, a little bit.
I guess we already talked mostly about the game. To be fair, I wasn't listening because I was writing a DM. Have you talked already about like play of the match or anything like that? Who would you say has been your standout player here for Fadeless?
I mean, this might be a little unorthodox, but I was really looking out for Meester in that entire match. He really did a good job of staying alive and really supporting his team, and to give them that momentum to just push through these last two maps and snap in a flash like that.
Yeah,
so
that would be my pick too. I think as a we're both main support players or support players, right?
We recognize the skill.
I like looking at the support players in matches, and you mentioned it on Nepal especially. Like Misa did such a good job staying alive against some of these like dive attempts, and brought his team a lot of value. And you want a kind of backline player like that, because that means that your frontline can do more stuff, your DPS players can do more, and it really kind of cascades into a win like we had here. I don't know if we have any people from Fadeless to talk to. Are we doing interviews, Pika? Can you tell me? Are we just gonna... No, we're not? Okay. I believe that's a good time here to wrap up this match here. I want to say thanks to Gag, of course. Thanks to Avast for showing up briefly. Thanks to Mustard, who had to go a little bit earlier because this match went a little overtime. We're gonna go to a quick break, so don't go anywhere because we still have more matches to come. Now, up next, it's gonna be Pingmania, featuring Gag, your boss from Marsupial Navino. They're gonna take on Triumphant.
I want to put it out there, he's not my boss.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be our next match, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break.
But I only bring you a lighter, so we can
Hi, we're back. I'm still here. Hi. Two new casters though. We got Rose and Wi-Fi. How's it going?
Yeah, I just lost.
I was there. That's it was.
You
It was
want
an
to describe your
unfortunate
game real
loss.
quick? Because our viewers, of course, didn't see it. They were watching.
Well,
Fadeless.
I would like to think it was a close game, but I don't know. I was in playing the game, so I don't really have a good perspective.
I mean, let me put it this way. Kaden got a hammer kill. Gurgler got a 2K as a baby diva. We saw Ryan Zarya on a Lucio in the year of our Lord 2022, and this was all just on Nimbani.
Okay. Well, in the meanwhile, we had Avast coming in here and asking about the Alwyn dog piss incident. Equally fun, I guess. Well, up next here we have Triumphant, the team led by Azu and CLCO, taking on Illuminous' Ping Mafia. Certainly two teams people have high hopes for. What do you think, Rose?
Ping Mafia and Triumphant, two teams with, I would say, some of the more unknown rosters. They have really high peaks and then also like sort of questionable lows. Just pound for pound, I think Ping Mafia has a lot of firepower, specifically in their DPS line of Clap, Mahir, and Mara. But the tank line of Azu and Edix, on the other hand, sort of, you think has to balance it out a little bit. And so it's really going to come down to how these teams can coordinate themselves and dictate themselves after being together for such a short time. Luminous, for one, was very, very confident in his drafting strategy. Felt he got away with a few late round picks that he probably shouldn't have. So obviously there's a lot of confidence there. Pull up a Loom Cord. And Triumphant, on the other hand, I know they were also very confident coming out of their draft. So it's going to be a lot on these teams because I don't think they'll be straying too much from the norm. I think it's just going to be a lot on these teams to capitalize on making synergy quickly.
Yeah, talking a bit more about the roster, we also have Azu as a player captain, of course, BPL Season 2 champion, Season 3 runner-up, also Rollstar, Guag, Winter Snowdown, S-League runner-up, Rafa, who won Season 3 B-League as a last-round pickup for that team. Some other players who might not have a lot of accolades to their name, but I have a feeling they will make quite an impact. And then for Pingmania, of course, like I said, Illuminous, Sub Tourney 3 runner-up, Clap, who just won A-League in the Winter Snowdown with Polarity, Mahir, who didn't win A-League Winter Snowdown with Polarity, but I think we should not remind them too much about that. We also have Mara, who's going to have to play with the godfather of the marsupial mafia himself, Nerino. Wi-Fi, what's your thoughts on Pingmania or like Triumphant, and who do you think's got the upper hand in this matchup?
I really do think, for me, like if you just like look at these rosters on paper, I would lean towards more Pingmania, just because it's like I know a lot of the players on both of these teams, and I think Pingmania is just literally, I think it's just going to be like a hard DPS gap. Like, I think their DPS can like actually omega carry their teams, and it's like, from what I've seen, the only like lacking skill gap I think from Pingmania when you're versus Triumphant is probably the tank line. But even then, I mean, I've played with Juice Heist before because he's like ranked for like teams that I've been on, and he's like very good. At least I think so. I think it'll be how much can Azu do to like prove that, because he was like the first pick in their draft because he was their player captain. He's like really their highest star player. He's like, I would definitely put Azu above Navino. I think at the off tank slot, like most definitely the marsupial mob boss. But yeah, I think that's like what's gonna have to be the defining factor is the tank v tank matchup, because I think if Triumphant don't like succeed in that, then Pingmania will probably just like roll them over, I think.
So who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Pingmania.
Pingmania. Okay, what about you, Rose?
As of now, I am yet to get a single prediction wrong in BPL. So I am also going to have to agree with Wi-Fi on this. I think Pingmania is just a little bit more holistically constructed, head to toe. They seem to be just overall a little bit of a better roster.
Well, I Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I also have 100% win rate with picks, but you know what? We're gonna decide. We're gonna have a tiebreaker here because I'm gonna say Triumphant because I'm a big fan of Edicts. I want to see him get the comeback story he deserves. So I'm gonna say Triumphant here. Well, we're ready. The teams are ready. So let's head into the action. It's Triumphant versus Pingmania with your casters Rosa and Wi-Fi.
All right, so got a DM from Mara saying, "Good idea, pretting for me." Mara, stop,
Okay.
stop,
Okay.
stop stream sniping. What is this? Pingmania already DQ'd. This is insane. Yeah, but opening up on Oasis, what do you think these teams are gonna try to opt more into in terms of composition and playstyle?
Yeah, I think both these teams are probably going to lean really, really heavy into like dive, and it also depends what we see from like which DPS is in for Pingmania. Because if Mara's in, I can guarantee you they're probably going to play the Pharah. Like that's like Mara's like best hero by far is his Pharah. He's like that's like what Mara's like typically known for. He's like the mini recurve, you know. He won the recurve pharmacy duel, but yeah, Mara is dad fucker 3K. That's Mara,
Yep.
and yeah, we can see both teams are starting that dive, even on like the brawl map. Like both teams are going to start dive, which is like to be expected, I think.
Yeah, however, slight variation between that. Pingmania actually opting into the what looks like is going to be the Ball Sigma poke comp, and I don't believe Azu's going to be sticking to this hog given the DPS and support picks right now, but we don't know. All right, he's going to be switching back. So
He's just baiting. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Typical Azu, baiting in my games. Yeah, Triumphant coming out the doors here with a soldier. We've seen a lot of soldier play today, even though it's maybe not mathematically the optimal pick. Stunned up instantly is Carl, and
Coconut, he's already dead. We've got a like really close fight up here on the right side, but Kizzle does go down from Guac, but I think the Pingmania are just really trying to push this tempo really, really aggressive with their Ball Sigma. You know, they just proved to be like so much faster than Triumphant there. They just like realized that their soldier was alone, he's a bit too fast, and they just like crunched on him. You know, it's like they're just playing way too faster. Even with the Sigma pick, they're playing faster than the D.Va.
No, yeah, they just walked the supports and the Sigma right up on the side as Coconut Carl's trying to get set up on the off angle and just deleted him right away. The accretion into the shield bash and goodbye soldier, and that's a 5v6 for you easily.
Yeah, it's surprising to see that Pingmania is like trying to go faster than Triumphant because they're playing with the Ashe and the Sigma, which typically you think of a slower comp. Oh, Guac's gonna go down there, but this is gonna get booped off by Edix. What a boop from Edix. I mean, we're gonna have to see what they're gonna do. I think Juice Ice is going in here for the slam. Actually gonna get nobody with the slam. They're just now we've seen they're gonna play a little bit slower. We'll try to get as much spam in with that Ashe Sigma as possible, while Triumphant are just trying to cap this point and poke out and try to get a good engage. Mara and Clap both go down, both DPS dead, and this is just stall fight from here on now.
Yeah, that was a really good approach from Triumphant there to sort of split the fight on two fronts, having that extra mobility in the Tracer Sombra to be able to dart back and forth, apply pressure to the back line over on the high ground, and then quickly sprint back over to the fight that was going on over in that mini room.
Yeah, this fight still seems to be going on. People are still committing. The rally's actually committed from Illuminous, and they're going to try to recontest into this. Guac's going to use the EMP. It's a big EMP. We've got that's a 4-man, and I think that could seal the fight, but they could go they've gone 1-for-1 here, and they're committing more ults. They're just dumping more ults than Triumphant have. I mean, Triumphant elected to not use mines. They didn't use their trance, and they're coming up on this rally, but like, I think it's just so beneficial for Pingmania to have control of this point, especially with the Sigma and the Ashe that they have.
Yeah. Already a lot of back and forth. That EMP not quite getting the results that Triumphant wants, because you can hit as big an EMP as you want, but if they're still shooting better than you, you're not going to be able to really get anything out of that. Now I want to see how Pingmania tries to set up this next fight with the ultimate disadvantage, but Juice Ice is going to be coming up on those mines.
Juice Ice actually goes down. That's not very good at all. You lost your big engage tool, and it's going to be up tomorrow to try to find an engage here. Or the Sigma Flux. Clutch Caliber coming out with the Sigma Flux doesn't really catch much. Gets the supports in the back, and they don't even force out any support ults. And Mars going down. Yeah, they've got the flip. They didn't force any support outs with that Flux. Clap actually gets Azu with the coach gun, and they
are stacking support ults right now.
Wait,
the kills are still going the way of Pingmania in the fight.
This is not very good. This is not what you want to see if you're a Triumphant fan. They use both support ults, and then Pingmania, they just back up and they take a re-engage fight because the Kizzle popped the trance and just allowed them to live that push. And Clap's just over here on the Ashe, just like clicking heads, and he has the Bob.
Again, as these fights continuously break down, it's Triumphant's comp that's able to maneuver around the map, isolate those players that are putting themselves in disadvantageous positions to maybe connect a little more damage. Triumphant is able to just wrap around and isolate those duels in 1v2 or 2v3 and clean them up as the fight wears on, and the percentage ticking up all the while.
Yeah, that could have been a costly error to elect to use the Transcend fight, but you know they're gonna pop the rally early, and Clap goes down before he can use his bomb. It's last fight.
That was such a good EMP bomb engage from Triumphant, so decisive in setting that fight up.
Yeah, Clap, they're gonna come back here. I mean, Pingmania, they do have point control, but Juice Ice is so very low. Kissel goes down, that's a lot of damage down. Clap is gonna have to come back here. This Bob is really important. This Bob has to get a lot of value. They actually get the remake off, which is crazy. It's all, the Zen's in the back, he's so very low, but don't worry. CBT is there just to pack him up, and they actually get flip. I think Bob just solo capped the point for them. Yeah, Bob just solo capped, and CBT is so very low, they're forced to trank out.
Blackout trances?
Yeah, they forced the trick because CBT was so low. He was actually one from the dynamite, but they got the flip there. Juice Ice is hacked. He can't touch the D.Va and the whip shot. Illuminous is gonna have to like stay on this point like so hard. They're not even coming up to any ults. The most ults they have coming up is their tank ults, and Clutch Caliber is gonna be demec'd. This pulse one could be huge. Doesn't connect. Wait, Coconut Carl go down. Big EMP coming out. Juice Ice goes down, and it's just clean up. Blackout is just actually cleaning up now, and it's just Edicts and Blackout cleaning up, and you know, Triumphant, they take the first point. That was so like back and forth between both of these teams. I mean, it seems to like just come down to who used more ults and when.
Yeah, it was the spacing for Triumphant was good enough to the point that Pingmania couldn't really find a foothold as they were reinvesting into fights with ultimates late in the game. And when you are investing those ultimates late, it's because you want it to be because you have identified an advantage that you can capitalize off of with those ults. But it would seem like Triumphant would invest early, Pingmania would sort of hold back, hold their reserve, hold their nerve, and then they'd reinvest, but then they wouldn't find anything. Triumphant would just disappear and then double back on them as soon as they were out of gas.
We're actually going to see a swap from Pingmania to decide to just mirror, and you know, Clap's back on this Tracer. This is one of his, I think, best heroes. We're just gonna have to see how each team decides to play this. Azu already hacked up. Maybe they can get this DMEC here. Yeah, Azu. Wait.
Azu.
Wait.
Azu manages to DMEC Clutch Carl regardless.
Yeah, Clutch
Baby
Caliber,
D.Va duel. He's got the Mega to work with.
Hold on, the baby D.Va duel is happening over here. Meanwhile, on the other side, Pingmania is just. I think Clap just went into the back line, and Clap just kind of soloed their backline in the back, and Illuminous is getting a lot of cleanup kills. That was a really weird fight where both divas just like got DMAC for no reason. Oh yeah, that's the cleanup clink walk, and you know, once again we see the first cap going to Pingmania.
Look at the difference in ultimate charge right now between the Brig and the Sombra for Pingmania versus Triumphant. Mara's going to be coming up on that any moment now. Then that means you can engage extremely early and have that rally in your back pocket for when Triumphant try to answer back. But will Pingmania actually be able to capitalize on that is the question. And Illuminous is going to fall early. Clutch Caliber is also so low.
Oh, Mara's so far away. They're going to want to get this EMP off. The EMP goes off. It actually catches a lot of them, but Mara doesn't have a translocator to TP back, or it's just late on the reaction, and they went in. Clap's going to get the stick, is just going to translocate away. The Brig is 1 HP. They're all so low on this point, and you know, they're just stalling out the Baby D.Va and the Zen on the back of the point. I mean, they can't cap this. There's just no. Oz's he'd have to go solo someone in the back, and you know, they're just playing this slow. Pingmania is going to come back.
Still percentage building up for Pingmania. But Clutch Caliber can't get back in the mech.
I mean, they're still stalling though, which is the thing. I mean, if Luna selects to use the rally, he uses the rally, and it forces the EMP and the mines out. And you know, this is kind of a good fight for Pingmania. I think they used the rally, and they're building up to their second ults, and they did lose the cap, but they did force a few of the ults. But you know, Triumphant, they do have both of these support ults.
Triumphant was, and also Pingmania struggled so much to actually dislodge Triumphant after Triumphant got that initial cap, and Triumphant is going to be coming up on both support ults here, which is going to do wonders for repelling the aggression of Pingmania, especially with Mara so far away from his next EMP.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to look for a few, like Pingmania's going to look for a few poke engages right now. They're just going to build up to some of their ults. They force both support ults?
And Kill responds with his own trance.
How did they
going to put the mines in?
I don't know why they elected to use both support ults, but Blackheart solo, he goes down to Clap. I mean, the bomb's gonna be elected in to try to stop. He's gonna zone the mines out. Kissel goes down, and Clutch Caliber dies to the Diva bomb. Clap is just cleaning up in this backline. He's killed both supports now.
These trades are so vital for both of these teams, going back and forth, throwing haymakers all over the place. Ozzy will clean up Clap, and Walk finds a second on a Juice Ice. And Pingmania's repelled again. And the ult economy is in their favor, but can Triumphant hold on long enough to build those ults back up themselves and put their feet down?
I'm still thinking about the fight. Yeah, that was such an odd fight. I don't know how
they contacted each other.
How did Squawk die? How did Guak die? I guess he just got 5 ward from across the map. They're going for an EMP gauge probably now. If they don't use an I mean, they could elect to just not use the EMP here, but they're going to have to be able to get these supports like really quickly or get this flip. Azu is going to get demec'd. Enix is dropping the mines in the backline. The backline is zoned off. Clutch Caliber's using the bomb, breaks all the mines.
Mara dies with EMP.
Mara dies with EMP. Juice Ice goes down. This could be a fatal error for Mara, not electing to use the EMP. Guak comes back and EMPs their entire back, and they're all gonna die.
Mania just crumbling when it comes to being able to find that spacing in between those ultimates, use those to win fights convincingly, and Triumphant more than happy to stampede all over them in that moment. Yeah, that EMP isn't going to matter at all. So one man connects onto Edicts. It is just limp. So many of these fights just came down to Triumphant being able to peel back, and Pingmania struggling so much to capitalize. Azu gonna get a nice little eat at the end of that all. It's just I'm still thinking about the fight where they contact each other in main with like 4 ults used in total, and then just both sides break away instantly, and Pingmania's back where they started.
Yeah, that was just really confusing because it looked like Pingmania was going to have that for a second, but they wanted to try to win the fight without using any ults, and so in doing so they elected to just not commit anything. But then they started just losing numbers, and you know, they just lost so many members that they just didn't have any point control, so they lost the fight.
Now that was pretty convincing for Triumphant right there at the end. They seemed to be able to build momentum and build stability as the map went on, whereas Pingmania, it seems, went in almost a completely different direction. Their setups getting less and less organized progressively. The rollouts and the rotations for the team just seemed to fall by the wayside, as you had fights taking place all over the place, and Triumphant just consistently able to outlast those ultimate advantages and just waste all of Pingmania's resources before they could actually do anything with any of them.
Yeah, I was gonna comment in the match that it seemed like I feel like if Triumphant ever get the like defense sided map, or they have control of the point, it seems like it's a lot easier for them to, you know, stay on, because when they're attacking as this ball like diva formation, they tend to like stay grouped as 6 people, which is really odd for a ball comp to like want to do. Like usually you want to like take angles and spread out, especially with that Tracer Sombra. Like your backline sits in some place, and your Sombra goes somewhere else, and your ball Tracer just do like take another off angle. But they elect to like stay as 6 and, you know, walk in together, and you know, they weren't doing that whenever they had the point control. So it's like maybe that's like it's easier for them to be set up whenever they have, you know, that point control, or if they elect to like be on defense first.
Yeah, and well, going into map 2, Pingmania are going to have to find a way to respond into the series in a big way. That their problem seemed a lot more fundamental than we got comp diffed, or one of their players had a pop-off match. Like, that was the thing. Triumphant wasn't even relying that much on somebody to just deadlift and hard carry them through it. It was really concerning for Pingmania, frankly, just how they consistently either floundered or just straight up didn't use any advantage they got.
Yeah, I'm wondering why Pingmania elected to like even like start on the Sombra Tracer. Like, I feel like I've seen them practice with Mara on Pharah before, and I feel like that's just such a more comfort like thing to play for your DPS and play for your like heavy spam, especially with Clap on Tracer. Clap is doing wonders on the Tracer, and I feel like Mara on the Sombra was really like lackluster, and I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do because they're going to have to set up Mara this next map. And they actually do pick King's Row, so maybe a bit of rush. We'll have to see.
Yeah, okay. So opting into King's Row, that is going to be Pingmania trying to shift the game entirely away from the comps that they lost that last map on. You have to wonder, how are they going to deal with the issues that actually got them to this position where they're 1-0 down in the first place? You know, will they be able to make the adjustments necessary to either if it's their calling, if it's how they're approaching fights, just like fundamentally, what needs to change in terms of the team's communication so that they don't have these blunders in setting up and engaging and where you're taking fights.
Oh, Mara's still in, so I guess. Oh wait, no, Mahir's on support now. So they, you know, I didn't think about Mahir playing support. I just assumed he was going to be a third DPS player.
I mean, is Mahir? Oh, I mean, we're getting paused, but did Mahir sign up as DPS and support for this?
Maybe. I'm not actually sure.
He must have, because he's listed as a DPS player for Pingmania, but
yeah, maybe he signed up on both.
He fully.
Oh, we're back in. That was a quick pause.
That was a quick pause. It was probably just somebody running to go grab something or whatever. They happen.
My mouse died.
Yep. My DoorDash is here.
But yeah, we're gonna actually see the ball comp from Triumphant. They're on Bat Zen with Ball Sigma.
Double flex support poke.
A bit interesting.
It's going to rely heavily on how well Triumphant can leverage this high ground position and how well they can deter Pingmania from getting set up here on this.
I don't like what Triumphant are running here, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. I mean, Pingmania are coming out on the hardest counter read I've ever seen. They're going to Omega bunker inside the hotel here. They're just going to take
straight through hotel. They're already looking to get set up on the point. The accretion will come in, turret will fall, but Pingmania should have the resources to set up once that shield recharges, and Clap will find Coconut Carl right away. Immortality forced out and taken down. Pingmania are already bunkered. Triumphant need to break this hold and fast.
Yeah, I think Pingmania, they saw Edicts on the statue and decided we're just going to go bunker, and it seems to do really well for them. I'm surprised Triumphant weren't able to, like... Oh, Marge. Oh, okay, that's an L.
We are 2 for 2 in hammer kills.
2 for 2
today. There was one earlier. Kaden got one over on the A stream.
Edicts pops the mines. Maybe he's going to switch after dying here, or they think it's maybe winnable. I mean, they're coming back here, and Navino's not in mech, but I think this should just be done. Rafa's just jumping onto point, and
the spawns are
they can't,
so in favor of
they can't even touch. I wonder if Edicts will. I feel like Edicts should swap. If he elected to use the mines that fight, which is like, if you're not going to swap, I don't know why. And it's just really weird that they're not just swapping rush, because like they can just like walk at Pingmania and they lose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you're Triumphant at this point, do you want to keep building up your ults and try to take a fight in that regard? Or do you want to switch over to Rush and try to push into what is a full bank of a wallet full of ultimates for Pingmania?
What am I watching? I was just watching Clap just hold down that angle like he's playing Valorant, and Edicts is just rolling around, I guess. Looks like they're going to set up for another engage, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do. I mean, there's going to have to be a big slam pulse bomb engage. Whiffs. The land is forced, but Edicts is just kind of rolling around. Your entire engage is just gone now because you didn't have. Oh my god!
Safe pair of hands, Azu on the Sigma.
Someone help this team. They used so many ults and didn't get a single kill. That's really weird. Pingmania,
fell off the map.
They used That was really... Edicts does go down, so maybe another, like, they could just walk back here. They're going to elect to use the bongo. Yeah, they're just going to push up here with this bongo. So much damage, but Juice Ice is they're both very low, and Azu's going to clean them both up.
But Navina wasn't in mech. There was nothing to mitigate the damage as they popped around the corner, nothing to protect the supercharger, and Triumphant more than happy to just mow them down as they walk straight in.
Yeah, they're
Trina's
gonna
gonna be-
elect to hold this space though. JK, I lied. They're gonna wait for their tanks to come in. Edix does have the minefield again, so that's the only ult really online for in the high noon, of course, for Clap. But this field is gonna have to be really huge, or I think Pingmania is just gonna be able to bunker down and just like walk at them.
Pingmania is struggling so much to, like, again, even get set up. It's just Triumphant literally running circles around them.
They're taking the high ground.
Just falling away and being ready for the fights as they come.
That's a big
These mines are going
minefield.
to boom this setup as well.
It is a big minefield. They're gonna. Okay, well, Blackout just died to the high noon. He peeks the high noon. Oh, my God.
Clap!
Just roll. Oh, he just got moved out. Oh, someone help Clap. Now they're really in now, and Coconut Carl is he gonna get 1v1 by Navino? Someone help him! Someone help him!
Oz is
Okay.
there. Oz is there. Safe.
That was
safe
so
pair of
close,
hands.
but now they have
The
control.
Bob
of
is going to be
car.
there
This
for the
is-
re-engage as well.
Yeah, this is exactly where you want to be if you're like Pingmania. Okay, well, Illuminous just
falls as well.
fed.
So far forward. That
Yeah, he was
past
so
Juice
far
Ice.
forward. Yeah, and you know, Pingmania, they had a really good engage, and then they got cart, and then they overextended a little bit, and then Triumphant were just able to use their poke to just like poke them out. And
Maro
Mahir,
dives in and one clips him.
okay, Yunchul just got actually one clipped by Mara, and Edix rolled in and got flashed. I'm assuming he just died. You know, they're gonna have to look for this like pulse bomb, and this flux are gonna have to be really huge. But Clap's already on Shim in the back line, and you know he's just guarding out this flank. And we're gonna have to see what Ozzy does here with the flux. I think they're waiting for them to be really grouped up. They're gonna be really grouped up here for this flux. And Shim actually he still gets Clap, even though he was just guarding the flank. And Edix is so very low, forces the lamp out, no gold. This is gonna pop the rally here. And I think after this rally's over, Ozzy's gonna elect to use the flux here because Juice Ice is still very low.
Pingmania is just struggling so much to capitalize off of these investments they're making. Their spacing is just so lackluster. They don't know how to manipulate themselves around the map when they do get a pick advantage.
Yeah, window comes out, and here comes the flux from Azu. Trank and Lamp are both forced, but you know, Juice Ice is pushing
so
up
low.
with the Orisa, and Enix is dead. This high noon's get really big zoning from this high noon. Azu is stuck on the high ground, and someone's gonna have to start pushing this cart. Juice Ice is still so very low. He's just walking around on cart. He's dead. He's gonna go down, and they hit the bongo.
The tanks for Pingmania have just been so out of sync with the rest of their team. The spacing for Juice Ice and the damage Navino's taking not really being alleviated in the slightest, as Triumphant is looking more and more steady.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I said in the beginning, it's gonna have to be like a tank gap to try to fulfill this, and that's what it's been so far. Ozu and Edix, they seem just so much more in sync than Juice Ice and Navino, like at this moment. And they're still on this Orisa comp because they have the bongo and the ults, but I feel like they could have just swapped rush.
Full length ahead.
Oh, maybe big bomb coming in.
The bomb.
Oh, and
He
crunches
punches
both.
the remake as well.
God, both DPS. Enix is so very low. They're gonna go down. Okay, well, we were just saying all of that praise to Triumphant, and then Pingmania just walked in with a bongo, and they won.
Sometimes you just get flattened by a Baby Diva remaking and you go next. But it's still, I don't think that singular fight should take away from how solidly Triumphant were holding that point. Neutral's actually going to be making the swap over to the Hanzo as well. Did that at the end of the last fight. Never really had an impact because obviously that bomb engage for Pingmania was so good. Mara going to throw that pulse bomb in. Will force out the Immo extremely early as well.
Yeah, and my hero's gonna elect to use this window here, just, you know, trying to make as much space as possible for this cart to move in. You know, that's what they're doing. They're just like bunkering here. They're sitting there bunkering on the cart. Ozzy with a massive flux. The lamp is not even
Clap
close
lifted
to
up.
anyone. Clap
Got lifted up by the
behind you.
flux,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
helped him
behind him.
get the line of
And
sight on Blackout.
he got Shim with the flashbang, and you know they're gonna use this minefield here to zone out the cart, but you know the Brig is here, and Brig's just like swinging away at these mines. The Trank elected to use the Trank and the window. I'm not sure why Blackout was forced to Trank there, but you know they're just waiting for their people to come back, and they're gonna like. Pingmania's just waiting for Juice Ice here to come back, and they're just pushing this advantage. They're gonna push the advantage here right now. Ozu's gonna make the swap to the Diva. Ezek's big slam into the back line, but I mean, Pingmania, they're just so healthy with this Brig and this Baptiste that they're with Massive Dragon maybe coming in. Choose Ice is stuck inside the tiny
So
death room.
isolated.
Somebody help him. He's dead. The lamp was used to try to survive the dragon. And, I mean, Edix is going to go down. Maytake for Maytake. Clap is dead to the bomb. Oh, no. He used the high noon there. Mahir's in main with the window. Clutch window coming in. Maybe Blackout just rolled Mara on the flank. Mara trying to go for the one clip there in the pulse bomb. Mahir going to go down surely to Azu. And it's just Juice Ice here on the car as a solo ball.
Yeah, Blackout has been lights out for them on this map, doing so much work in terms of being that third source of DPS, as well as the Discords have been so good at making sure Navino never has any room to breathe, getting that mech down to such low HP from so early on. And Pingmania aren't going to be able to finish out the map here. They're going to have to, well, do better if they want to hope of extending this series.
Yeah, I feel like Pingmania, they stuck on that Orisa comp for so long, and for what? I mean, they just like... So, okay, well, we got a pause coming on, so we can talk about like their comp decisions. I think Pingmania need to like just elect to go rush. Like they're just kind of like standing around and they're just letting the spam come through, and it's like they don't have enough healing to be able to keep up with all the spam that's coming in.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree. The biggest issue for Pingmania pretty consistently throughout the series thus far has been their inability to really make decisive plays. You know, they have just sort of been it doesn't seem like they're identifying their win conditions mid or even early fight. As like after the initial engagement, the spacing breaks down, the ultimate usage breaks down, presumably the calling as well, and there's no ability to close out, and Triumphant has just been more than happy to just let these fights burn on and on and on and on until they can identify those win conditions, because they have been able to do that thus far in this series.
I mean, yeah, and maybe something like Simrush or, you know, something like that to be able to just walk at Azu. Azu's literally just like sitting in the back and just like throwing just free spam in for like an unreasonably amount of time, and it's just, you know, they're just they're just being chill because, you know, they're just sitting in the back, and they have even more spam because they have the Baptiste who can at least shoot at the team, and, you know, they're electing to not play Brig because there's no reason for them to be playing Brig, because
Navino actually is going to go get his DoorDash. I can see the future.
Okay.
Apparently, I said that back.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna go get my food.
Yeah, we're gonna see what each team times to elect here. I mean, Triumphant, maybe they'll stay the same comp, or maybe they'll just pull something out here that's completely different. Pingmania, we're gonna. Oh, they don't. Oh, come on, man. We're gonna say the same comp, but we have a Sigma now.
It's it is gonna be a little bit easier time on Pingmania. You know, playing this extremely defensive comp on defense. But Triumphant did seem to have a pretty good read of how Pingmania really wanted to play into it, and it was only sort of those individual hero plays, and of course that initial like really good setup through Hotel that gave Pingmania those 2 points.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Pingmania even have like a rush like look, and that's like I'm wondering why they pick KR if they want to play double shield. Like, I feel like they could have elected to pick Numbani or Ike. Like, either of the other two are just so much better for this double shield. But, you know, we got the setup here now. Orisa on the cart with the turret. Torbjorn on the high ground. And then the other people with the Sigma on the other high ground.
I'm not much of a fan of this position for Juice Ice starting out on the low ground, just pocketing the turret, really. It lets the ball set up through lobby so quickly, as it's already happening. Azu's posted up on the point. Yunchol's already hammering in the damage, and there's no ability for the rest of Pingmania here to really bail Juice Ice out with their bodies. The Immortality Field is going down, and Triumphant are already swarming.
Yeah, Triumphant are swarming, but you know, now we're all gonna drop to help Juice Ice. Juice Ice he still goes down to, I'm assuming, just a volley from Blackout. I mean, this guy he's been like really good for them.
Up. It's just because they had to all drop to help Juice Ice because Juice Ice was playing so alone. There was no thought in the setup there, really. It seemed like, oh, this is a quirky little setup that would work, but Triumphant just rotates around, takes away map control, and booms them.
Yeah, I just want to. I mean, I don't know. Pingmania, they need to try. They need to switch something up because it's obvious from our POVs that something is not working, and I really feel like they can just go rush and sim rush and just like TP on Azu and they just lose. Like Triumphant just like falls over if they go rush. So it's really weird to me that Pingmania aren't able to like see like the counter comp to what the enemy team is playing. And well, Juice Ice goes Hog, so I guess that's what they think the counter comp is. They're on Hog Sigma now.
Yeah, Hog Sigma, it's clear something's sort of pulling apart at the seams for Pingmania right now. And that's not to say Triumphant haven't been doing a fantastic job dismantling them, because they have, but it really seems like the burden right now falls to Pingmania to really come up with a response, and maybe this is the start of it. Clap does connect onto Yoon Chol. Flux doesn't quite net anything as Azu's gonna be brought low.
Yeah, I think he actually got stunned out of that Flux because they just fell down. I mean, we're on a very big collapse. Very big collapse here. Oh, Clap goes down, but Blackout was so low, almost dies to the Torbjorn ult. And, you know, we're going to see another engage here. Big slam coming in from Edix in the backline. Flux is maybe going to catch Rafa. Rafa is so low. He didn't even use the lamp. The Zen Orb just saved him. And
look at how they're playing.
Okay.
The tanks are literally just double stacked up right behind the cart. There's Mara finds 2 with the Torbjorn as Juice Ice finds 3 of his own. A really nice hook, but
I mean, honestly, maybe the Hog like can make the differential because he can actually get like stray picks. I think that was the problem, is that they were bunkering on the cart, but they weren't actually getting anything like done. They weren't killing anything, and so they were just getting peppered by the dive over and over. So maybe like Juice Eyes can hook Edix out of these like slam engages, and, you know, just go for stuns because they have like 10 bajillion more stuns now with this this Hog in the mix, and so it's really hard for Edix to try to even get an engage off here. But Clap and Avino are both alone. Yeah, see, really hard for Edix to even do anything because Juice Ice just hooks on. Bob is going to be invested by Clap in the backline. Azu's low, forced to use all of his cooldowns just to be saved from this Bob. And, you know, they just have this tight angle set up with the Hog and the Sigma just like sitting on the. Okay, Juice Ice, so feed.
Okay, run.
He gets out.
Get out of there.
He gets out, and they're both so very low. I mean, it's just such a tighter hold from Pingmania here because Davino, you see him on this opposite high ground, and you know Juice Ice is just watching for these like slam engages. But this Flux could have something to say with this hold. Big Flux coming in from Azu, gets hooked out. Juice Ice with the flank on the hook actually may have saved his team there. Blackout's going to use the Trank to you know, stop all this pressure, and Juice Ice is going to use the whole Hog to back everyone up out of the way. I mean, he's just making so much space now. Edix is so low, dies to the hook. Dragon's going to be used. Mara walks into the Dragon. Okay, buddy. Yeah, Navino does have this Flux if he so chooses to use it. Big Flux. Azu misses the Rafa. They have the lamp. Rafa has the lamp to protect him. Navino is in there. I mean, he's just in there. And Mahir's going to elect to use the window. Edix has his mines. These mines are going to have to be really huge into the back line. And, you know, he's just going for normal slam engages without Shim. And like we see, Pingmania is they're just chilling here with the Brig in the back. They're just chilling. They're so happy just like taking these fights.
They need to have a plan for this next fight, or else Triumphant's just going to use those ults and just collapse on them, as it already seems to be happening a little bit. Clap brought low, and I believe isolated off on the side is going to be cleaned up by Chimera, and Yoon Chol finds a Luminous, and again, it's Pingmania unable to make these mid-fight repositions. Juice Ice will find another pick onto Blackout, but how much can really more be done?
Yeah, I think that is probably it, unless some heroics come out from Juice Ice, who's just in the back. Yeah, that's the second point gone, and Juice Ice is just still in the back here. I wonder, I don't know, what are Pingmania gonna have to do here?
They're getting so much free push.
Oh no! Oh no!
This is not good. This is a crumble. Okay. So Triumphant don't continue pushing the cart that whole time, or else it would be basically up to that corner by now. But still,
Mars 1 HP.
Low.
1 HP. They have the Bob coming in for next fight, and eventually they're going to get the window and the Flux this next coming fight. And I mean, they have both support ults on the side of Triumphant, and Shim still has this pulse bomb if he elects to use it. I mean, what are we gonna have to see from Pingmania here? Something huge is gonna have to happen. This Bob is only gonna have to actually pound so many people, but it's just getting it's just dead. The Flux comes out. Can they break the lamp? The Trank is also invested just to keep Azu up. He was not in the range of that lamp. But here's gonna pop the window. Epic spam coming in. Azu's going down. The spam is so much spam from that window coming in. Juice Ice just on this hog, just walking at the enemy team, and you know, maybe now that they finally have, if they can get a full team wipe here. Oh no, Navino got booked in. Someone help Navino.
Navino still has the kinetic grasp. He can get out. All right.
He barely gets out. They like to use the dragon. They're gonna recommit here. Edix does have the minefield if they so want to recommit here, but Mara does have Navino. Navino. Illuminous is actually forced to pop the rally because Navino gets so low there. Mara does have the Molten Load online and ready to use. Edix uses the minefield in the back. Minefield drops in the back. Molten Load coming on the point now. Lamp is used from the side of Pingmania, and Juice Ice goes down before he can use the whole hog.
It's just the pressure from Triumphant is so ever present and so like consistent. When it actually comes to collapsing Pingmania's by Pulse Bomb. When it actually comes to the collapse, Pingmania has been able to use their comp's like extra durability to really like muscle through some of these close quarters fights. And now the time is extremely low as the ult's good for both teams.
Yeah, look at the ults from both sides. They have the whole hog isn't really an ult. Let's be honest here. Whole hog is probably going to be used to just if Edix goes in, whole hog invested to just stop the dive coming in. And this Flux is going to be huge from Azu, maybe. But they're going to use Flux first. And if you don't use the Flux first, they don't have their support ults ready. It gets canceled. The Dragon goes out. They use Lamp. Mahir pops the window. And Juice Ice is using the whole hug to push them all back, trying to stop them from touching the payload. The Trank is used to touch the payload. And Rafa has this window out here. Juice Ice gets Coconut Carl. And Rafa goes down to Clap. This is such a scrappy fight. Clap is just cleaning up with the Tracer.
Tearing them to shreds. 3 kills for the Tracer. And right now, the elephant might be mighty, but it seems the Warthog is the king of the savannah right now. Azu has to fly in, hoping for something. We'll manage to clean up 2, but Pingmania put their foot down, lock in the Roadhog, and really make a statement defense on that last point that their mechanics are sound and they're not ready to give up just yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Pingmania, Juice Ice, the Roadhog pick. You know, we were doubting, but you know, on third point, Roadhog is just able to just like walk behind people and just go for the hooks so free was their setup. And you know, maybe I think third point was actually like best case scenario for their setup because they have the turret, they had the turret in the very back and they had like the Roadhog on the flank and they just had all of the spam angles like ready. On second point, it's so hard for their comp to do anything because they're just stuck to this like one street phase and that's about it. But like they got to third and their comp really shined. It was just, you know, it's just perfect for them.
Yeah, you got the close spawns so that you don't have to really stress too much if you can manage to get those trade outs, which is something that they have been doing pretty consistently throughout this 2-map series. And yeah, it just came down to the back and forth and the reliance on the durability of the hog and the Torb to be able to the hog, Torb, Brig, Bap to be able to endure those dives as they come in. And as Triumphant, you know, as they like to like be proactive in their commitments and take that and bite at any advantage they can, you just press E, you press shift for your kinetic grasp, or you just you whip shot away, or you press the overload. It's that comp for Pingmania has so much like instant survivability that they don't really have to worry so much about Triumphant continuously isolating them and burning them off, which in some extremely roundabout and circumspect way sort of addresses their main issue in that first map.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what map. We're going to go to an escort map next, Trey. Like, what do you think Triumphant is going to pick? I'm thinking probably like the Rod. What's not Gibraltar? I mean, I think is what they probably going to elect to pick. I mean, it could be, they could just pick something else. I mean, who knows what they're going to pick. But it seems like they want to play this ball like Sigma like type stuff. And so they could pick, honestly, all of the maps are very good.
It looks like what they
actually want to play. Yeah, I was gonna say they almost all the maps are really good for what they actually want to play. And Root, I think they just they decided this is our best map. for what's going to happen, and then they're just going to run it. It's interesting. I wonder what Pingmania is going to elect to play. I don't know if they're going to say the same thing or if they're going to try something different.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen quite a few looks out from Pingmania throughout the course of this series thus far, and the pressure is definitely on them in this map 3 to be able to come up with that solution, to find the comp that's going to get you through not only a very specific defensive setup, but also is going to be able to just outpace Triumphant and make it so you're not constantly playing from behind and have to rely on Juice Ice, Mara, and Clap to pop off.
I mean, yeah. Okay, well, someone just Avast
You have a guest here.
I'm just checking. You guys get into it right now. I'm just checking in.
Yeah, we're going to map 3.
Down here, what are we talking? Map 3? Okay,
Yeah,
map 3 between Triumphant and Pingmania. Did we do Preds? Did we do Preds? Who do we got winning?
indeed.
Wi-Fi. Okay, well, I want to hear Wi-Fi's Pred.
Yeah, I picked Pingmania to win this.
Okay, okay,
Wi-Fi
Rosauer,
and I-
what do you got?
Wi-Fi and I both went with Pingmania, and
both in
Jimmy,
agreement.
Our desk analyst, went
Yo,
with
Triumphant got the full face. They got the full face cams here. The player
that's why they're
cams are out
winning.
here. I like it. I'm seeing some real good coordination already. Pingmania, on the other hand, I'm seeing. What is that? I'm seeing Mahir has Among Us, and Navino's got like a Gmod thing going on like there, and Mara's name in the server is Dadfucker, which I mean I don't know.
Yes.
Like this isn't
Yeah.
gonna help us with the sponsorships at all. But I'm gonna let you guys cast this. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and let
You missed
Mara know
the,
that he's ruining the sponsorship opportunities.
You missed the Torb Hog on King's Row.
I did watch some of that. I was scrolling
good,
too, and I
good.
did see some of it. Okay, well I'll let you two get back to the cast. So
right.
good luck.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Well,
Okay, thank God
yeah,
that
it looks-
guy's gone.
Yeah, it looks like Triumphant are playing this, what we thought they were going to play. They're going to play the ball, Diva, and Pingmania. They're just like, it worked, so we're just going to keep doing it. And they're just going to play Roadhog.
Yep.
Theoretically, Triumphant should be able to do really, really good into the Roadhog because they just hack someone and collapse on them. But I think Guac is not experienced enough on the Sombra to make that work, and he doesn't have the experience enough to be able to know when to go for hacks and when to stop someone. Because normally Guac, that ball player, and someone help Clap. He gets out.
It almost seems poetic that the team that was based on a server that is just all about individuals pinging each other nonstop is running a comp that is just so profoundly reliant on the individual fragging. That
Close.
was way
I saw
too
the
close.
I saw the vision.
Yeah, if it'd been in range, it probably would have connected.
Yeah, that's what I like to think. Maybe Pingmania just have the read here. Boo, big boot coming out from Edix. Here comes the collapse. I would like to assume collapse coming in here. I mean, they're on the Echo, so it's a lot harder for them to collapse. Clap goes down to the Sombra, and Juice Ice is so low, but they have the ult here. Here comes the Molten Core. Here comes the window out coming. Azu gets hooked in. What a hook. What a hook from Juice Ice. The whole hog going to be used to push everybody back. And they're actually going to use the trans here. They're on the baby Diva.
The whole hog actually denies the space that the trans would have helped them take.
But Juice
Otherwise,
Ice goes
Juice Ice
down.
would fall anyways, though.
He's actually going to go down, and they have the mines here on the point. And it's like I was saying. It's like once they're able, once they start pushing up and they get just an inkling of control, Triumphant, they just choose a target and they just choose to collapse on one person, and then that's how you just burst someone, and that's how they win the fight with the Discord orb and the hack, the stickies. It's so hard for anyone at Pingmania to live if Triumphant get a really good engage off.
Yeah, and moving forward, look at the ults available for Triumphant. They have so much engagement power here with the EMP, the duplicate to help copy a tank, even maybe just get in the backline with a Roadhog. Just airdrop one in there. This is going to be a very scary setup, but Mara will take down Yunchul from across the map with the rail.
Yeah, that's the struggle of playing. I mean, Juice Ice is going to go down in retaliation, and the lamp is forced, but I mean, they're playing the Echo here with the Ball Sombra, which is not something you would typically see. Typically, you see the Tracer. Guac's going to look for this EMP engage here. They're looking to slam on somebody. Slamming the backline, but it's like you just said, they're just getting free push here, and no one's going to die with a bomb. I'm going to have a zoning bomb, but it's actually going to zone Navino out and almost dies to Yunchul on the Echo.
Azu finds Mara. Pingmania is just all over the place. Mahir will connect onto Edix. Rally forced out from From the side of Triumphant, Duplicate invested. The duplicated Gravitic Flux will come in, but Triumphant is just winning these fights out as they stretch out, and it's the same thing as we were seeing on map 1.
I mean, yeah, okay, well, Illuminous camping blocks Translocator, actually dies to Illuminous, but, you know, it's like we were seeing on map 1, people, they're just, like, spread out so much, and they're just getting, like, poked, like, so much by, well, you know, it's just kind of there. I think it's, like, Pingmania are playing so self-sufficient that they're all, like, okay, we're finally on a synergistic comp. We're on some sort of, not really some sort of dive. They're on Bat Brig, Ashe, Torb, because they have ults, but they're on the Winston Diva. This is kind of what you want to see moving forward. They're just going to look to collapse on the Brig and the Zen of Triumphant. Here they go. Here comes the engage. Juice Ice is going to take this space. It's going to force the trance out, but Navino's going to lose his mech in the process. Yeah, they're going to lose they're going to use the Trank, but the Diva Bomb is going to come out from Azu. Is he going to find anyone and get his own people out? The Bob actually comes in, just rolls over Edicts. The Bob's actually hacked up. That's maybe the first time I've ever seen a Bob get hacked in my life. How is he? Wait, the hack doesn't last that short, right? I mean, I don't know how. Bob is awoken. He no longer sleeps. Guac actually manages to get out. Edicts is engaging.
Edicts.
Edicts is engaging with 2 HP, and you know he's going to fall over.
He was actually mostly full health when he pressed his hook. He just 600 HP disappeared from the moment he lifted off the ground to the moment he hit it.
It's like I wonder if Mahir would swap to the Ana here, but they're kind of just staying on this comp because they're just chilling here. And Juice Ice is almost built up to the primal. Early rally coming in, early engage, fast engage. I really like this. Blackout's gonna go down. Yeah, Yunchul was stuck in the back line because they were setting up for the engage, but then Triumphant, they just went so much faster than Pingmania. They just like popped the rally and they're just like, we're going in.
Triumphant tried to engage with the counter engage with the rally as well, but it doesn't work out in the slightest. And Mahir with another amp matrix online has been so effective in building these up. And it's just the cooldown usage from Mahir has also been really sublime in helping Pingmania mitigate any early losses they have, and Juice Ice seems to have somewhat found his footing in how to play specifically with the monkey.
Oh, Juice Ice actually he was Discord, and I believe he might have been hacked, but Yunchul isn't even going to be able to build a bomb in his Echo form, and you know the bomb's going to come out from Navina to zone the cart off. He's just stalling the cart with his mech, and you know they actually pick off Yunchul. Clap just picks off Yunchul, and you know here comes that bomb from Azu. The bubble coming in. Oh, Mahir got stuck in the bubble. He couldn't make it out of the bubble. The Tranky is going to be forced from Blackout, and Juice Ice is coming back in. He does have the primal. They're going to isolate. They're isolating Guac on the Sombra. Guac is so very low. Someone help Guac. Guac doesn't make it out. Juice Ice with the primal in the back. He's gonna look on Yunchul here. He's just a soldier. He's so alone. Get pushed into the turret. Actually rolled for Juice Ice.
That was so effective there from Pingmania, recognizing that they're one off of rally. Instantly use both DPS ults so that Triumphant can't capitalize on the space. And the second Illuminous pops that ult, they reinvest, they recommit, and that's the adjustment we've been needing to see from them from the get-go, from that first map of Oasis, where they were just struggling to lose in these longer drawn-out fights, where Triumphant would invest, where they would invest ults later for no real benefit.
I mean, yeah, Guac's sitting here in the back, but he's just trying to farm this EP. Azu gets demec'd early. And he's actually going to go down. They're rallying, and he still goes down. I don't know how that's happened. I mean, they're just stuck on this ball. I feel like they need to make a comp swap here because they can't engage on the ball in this tight little area. They're going to use he's going to slam in. Illuminous is so low, but he just gets healed up instantly, and he's actually going to pop the mines, force the immortality field out from Mahir. But I mean, Pingmania are very happy where they are right now.
Yeah, Mahir has been more than willing to bail Juice Ice out in those moments where Juice Ice gets a little bit maybe too aggressive. The immortality comes out right away. Triumphant tries to maybe commit a little bit more, and Pingmania just holds back with that extra durability, that extra sustain that they have in the Torb and the Brig Vap. And then they just wait for Triumphant to run out of gas. It's a complete inversion of what we saw on map 1.
I mean, yeah, maybe this is what you wanted to see. Like, this is what we wanted to see, is just comp swaps. They finally swapped to the correct comp, and they're just like, they recognize that all they need to do to beat Triumphant is just keep going. They're playing for these slow, long engages with the ball and like the Zen spam. And so Pingmania, they recognize it's just, we need to turn up the tempo. We're waiting too long. We're just letting them do whatever they want, and they just swap Monkey D.Va, and they just like it hit the go button. That's just like, it's so smart.
Yeah, and it's It really, really came down to the ability of Pingmania there to sort of play a lot of their picks in that comp unconventionally. Because you have Mara instead of like how a Torb's normally posting up, where you throw your turret on an off angle and you sort of bunker down. Mara was extremely active in that sort of mid-ground fighting, using that overload rather aggressively to take fights over by that mini, by the missiles. And Juice Ice playing Monkey more like an Orisa, just holding a corner and then just slowly using the BAP and break sustain to grind away at the aggressive spear point of Triumphant.
I mean, they do elect to swap back to the Hog Sigma, even though, they should maybe just stay the Monkey what they were doing. They were going so much faster, and they were playing really proactively, and it was so much better for Pingmania. It would be actually horrible if they just revert back to just go back to what they were playing and just lose. I don't know why they're back on the Hog.
Well, welcome back, Avast, either way.
I have to ask, is Triumphant, I see there's someone named CBT. What is that short for?
Charlie Brown Therapy.
Charlie Brown Therapy? Okay, I just want to check in on that. I'm making sure, I'm keeping everything under wraps here. So you guys get back to your cast. I'm just making sure everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Anyways. Anyways, Juice Ice is right in there, right into Big Earls with the Hog. Pingmania willing to be the aggressors here on a comp that is pretty aggressively stationary.
They did get the pick very early on. I believe Clap found someone very quickly, but Navito's gonna actually go down. I believe the hack and the one clip came out, and then their tanks were
backline.
Their tanks were so far forward, and their backline just they could not support them from where they are, and they're just. It seems like they're having the exact same problems that they had. I don't know why they're. It's like I said, why are they on this Hog if the Monkey wins? The Monkey D.Va just works so well.
The comp they seem to like cook up like during the round last round on their defense. It was working, and how they were applying it, and they're just trying to do the same thing with a different principle here and relying on Juice Ice a lot more mechanically. The pop off may be coming in. Juice Ice will fall regardless, as Mihir so low, no break to help heal him up.
They have the window out coming out here. Mara is just pushing the payload with his turret. They're gonna probably use the window here to force Ozzy finally out. Spots the Translocator, spots the Sombra. We're coming up on the Bob here. EMP comes out, catches Navino. Navino's all of his health go down. The Bob's gonna be on the cart, pushing the cart. Bob is not going to be doing much. Clap sitting on this off angle. Someone's going to have to stop him. There he goes. The break catches up to him, and maybe a collapse from the side of Pingmania.
Hopefully they can reassert themselves here, make this final map a little bit closer. Juice Ice will get a late kill onto Guac. Stormbray is going to be coming back fast, so Pingmania need to move now if they want to capitalize on it. 5 ults available for the team in black and purple. Edix is going to be the one to take that first leap, though. Dives in. Molten Core on point from Mara.
Mara with the Molten Load.
Blackout again.
This is such a huge,
so deadly in the
huge flux. Oh my, and CBT elected to use the rally there. They used the mines, the rally, and the flux that fight, and they had a huge rally, a huge Molten Core from Mara, and just the follow-up flux with Navino. They were able to just catch everybody, and they didn't have enough HP to survive all of those ults.
Yeah, that was just a 4-man press Q fight. You take those if you're Pingmania, but still, I need to be assured that the setup. I want to be assured that the setup there is sound. They've just been taking these fights in the neutral and just relying on Juice Ice to find a pick onto CBT or something, just so that they have some way of initiating those trade outs, and it hasn't been there consistently.
Oh, this is a window. I mean, here
That
just
it
had
is.
that's a frags window if I've ever seen one. But yeah, I think Triumphant are just like, they're just kind of chilling, taking these small like little poke skirmishes and poke engagements, and you know they elect to use an ult whenever they need to. Clap actually is gonna find two, and Mars gonna find Edicts. Oh, I don't know what happened. Blackout used Trank, and then suddenly everyone died.
Illuminous is also taking so much space just on the brig, jumps up onto stairs, fully face tanks Azu, and forces that back.
Yeah, we can see Juice
They're
Ice
corralling
pushing
them.
up here. Oh, Juice Ice, he's
No,
hacked. He
Juice Ice.
can't get the vape off. Oh, they're gonna elect to try to push. They need to try to push Juice Ice. He goes down. Mars gonna find CBT in the backline, and Blackout's gonna 1v1 Navino. Just roll him. Yunchol's back on the legs here. Maybe actually the legs is kind of beneficial towards the comp because he's just able to run around and do whatever to try to poke these people out. And you know they just got kited again. Like Triumphant are just like taking these small skirmish engages. Someone from Pingmania will get one or two,
that a
and then they'll
lineup?
just lineup coming in, lineup Larry coming in. But yeah, they just
Oh wow, it is. Look
they
at where
just
that
take-
lands.
yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus.
They're just taking these small fights, and then it's just like Triumphant are just kiting away, and then they hit the re-engage, and then they just win. Big flux coming in, massive flux. Lamp coming out, yeah, Lamp coming out, but they're all dead.
Navina's thrown out of the range of the lamp, and Triumphant just take the fight right away. Fantastic
Juice-
flux there from Azu.
Juice Ice was just stuck down in the bottom right, and he just wasn't able to walk anywhere. They really need to make a comp swap, and it has to be now. I mean, but they have all the ults. They're coming up on six.
Juice Ice makes the swap now. And then, all right, well.
What?
it's
Okay,
just-
I
it's
like
just
the
a double
ball.
fake.
I'm not gonna lie, the ball was okay, but now we're on Winston Sigma.
This EMP could really just boom them. Stunned out of it!
Stunned out. He didn't get stunned out of it. He still gets the EMP off, but I mean, he stunned him enough for the team to be able to react, and they popped over so they can get EMP. Bob is going to be chilling here on the high ground. CBT walks up. He's going to feed his. CBT just fed. Trying to walk off with the.
Blackout
he
so
had
low.
rally.
Not able to win the 1v1 against Juice Ice that time.
They
They're
did.
just gonna chase down Yunchol in the back as well.
They did use a lot of their ults, and they only have the rally left. But it's going to be a rally v rally here. That's all the teams have. But if they get 3 on cart, I mean, they should be able to. They should be able to get a recontest here. But are they going to get Azu? Azu is just sitting here, and they pop the rally early. Navino is way on cart. Azu's so low, manages to get out.
Single digit HP there just for a moment. As Juice Ice drops back down and instantly deleted by the power of the Discord. Navino isolated as well, and Triumphant are coming out on top here as the fight breaks down. Both tanks out of the picture for Pingmania. Illuminous falls, Mahir's brought low. And
Yeah, it's just
looks
Mar
like it's
here
just
in
gonna
the
be
back.
it.
Yeah, Juice Ice is coming up with
Triumphant.
Crumble, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it in time. And Triumphant, they're going
emerge
to
on
take
top.
that. Yeah, I think Pingmania, they reverted back to their first cell stage, and they just like forgot what worked on like in their defense. And then by the time they swapped in that fight where the Glock used EMP where it looked like it got stunned, they used all but one of their ults. They used all of their like really important ults, and so when the final recontest came down, they just had no ults, and it was just rally v rally, and it's just like I don't know.
And then even in that last fight, the choice from Juice Ice to just jump straight up and land right back down onto a waiting backline Sombra and Azu. It's the mid-fight decision making for Pingmania consistently just a little bit lacking. Triumphant though, on the other hand, so ready to take full advantage of it. Azu, Yunchol, Guak, Chimeren, so much damage. Edicts ever present on the ball, really making a nice statement here. That they can play from behind, they can play from front, they know how to stabilize, they know how to extend their leads. Triumphant showing some pretty strong foundations in their opening match here against Pingmania.
I mean, yeah, but Pingmania, they did. I think if they just adjust for a few little things, they would have definitely won that match. But it's just like it was such like a close like game. But it's just like Pingmania, they just need to like work on just like the tiny, like the little micro like stuff about like different stuff. I think they have the fundamentals and the ability to play at like a really high level, but they're just it's just like some little micro mistakes, and they just lose.
It's
Lose it out.
so taking it back over to Jimmy, I must
Hi,
concede
hello.
my defeat. I must concede my defeat.
Yeah.
My 100%
I
Fred
stay
record
undefeated.
has been broken. And Jimmy remains undefeated.
Yeah, what a
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, what an intense match, definitely. But a hard fought, if scrappy victory here for Triumphant. Pingmania not able to close it out on 2 of these maps. We already kind of talked about Pingmania and what they can do a little bit. Wi-Fi, you have a keen eye for this. What do you like? Even though Triumphant won, what do you think were like some of the weaknesses you saw from them? Like for me personally, like we noticed it on the first map. They were kind of overlapping support ults a little bit. Like what are some other things maybe that you think they should work on for like their last remaining matches to make sure that they still have a chance to reach a bracket on Sunday?
I think the biggest thing for me was their just the recognition of when, like, how to go first in a fight, and like being able to be really, really proactive, because for a lot of their fights in for all maps, they elected to just hunker down and let the enemy team make the first move with the enemy comp that they're playing. And I think we saw that on the Route 66 defense when they decided to be like really, really proactive. It obviously worked out really well for them because they looked dominant whenever they were taking the first like engages like really quickly. But then they reverted back to just like letting Triumphant just do their thing, and they were just like letting Edict just roll around and make the first move every time. And I think if they just play like really, really proactive, then they can get really aggressive, and they'll just like start winning out games.
Who would you guys point out as a standout player here for Triumphant?
I think the standout player for Triumphant, it either has to go to Azu or Blackout. Blackout on that Zenyatta was so consistently good for them. The Discord pressure onto Juice and Navino really made it so the Pingmania's tanks could never really quite set up. And Azu, my goat, such an ever-present threat on the Sigma. So much pressure coming in from all times. A leadership figure in and out of the server. Those are my 2 nods.
Yeah, shouts to the guy on Triumphant. Shouts to the person who is doing like their in fight like comms, like whoever's like calling engagements and calling like, hey, we need to back here, like take a look a slow fight, it's just like the comms like that. Whoever's doing those comms, I'm assuming it's mainly Azu or Edicts. Like
You know what?
they're doing really well.
Whenever the cam was on Guac when he was playing Sombra, I saw him talk a lot. I think just as a former main tank player, he probably still had that habit. I feel like a lot of people on that team were talking, and like you said, it probably helped them a lot to like coordinate these fights and get the dub at the end. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. That's our second match for the day. Triumphant takes home the win in a close 3-map series, our second one of the day already. So maybe a sign of things to come. We have one more match coming up for you. If I see the schedule correctly, I think it's up. Next up, we have Fadeless again, who are gonna take on Selfish Gaming, who won their first match. Should be very interesting. I'm gonna say thank you, Rose and Wi-Fi, for covering this match. We're gonna go to a quick break, and we'll be back for our last match of the day. Don't want to miss this one.
We keep on walking through fire, but we always get what's required. So many things we desire, but I only bring you a lighter, so we can add fuel to the flames. Keep on playing games. Oh, adding more fuel to the flames. I know I'm to blame. Yeah, so I don't wanna love you, I don't wanna hurt you anymore. Oh, I don't wanna hold you, I don't wanna hurt you anymore. So I think you should walk out the door.
And we are back for our final match of the day. I'm still here, your host Jimmy. Joined here by Star and Bronze for our final match, which is going to be Selfish Gaming taking on Fadeless. Fadeless, we already saw them, of course, before, but how are you two doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, doing well. Excited to be here.
Yeah, so Fadeless, of course, we just saw them on the stream. They looked really strong after a rough first map against SaliVibes. And Selfish, I haven't seen them in action yet because I was busy on the stream, but I heard from some insider, like, well, not really insider sources, I mean, people saw it on the stream, but apparently they pulled out the Caden Junkrat, so I'm happy. And maybe something we could see here. So what's your take on these two teams?
I'm excited.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to be excited to see whether both of these teams can carry out their momentum from their first game into another win.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Both teams are sitting at 1-0. I'm interested to see if we see more Junkrat, if that's successful, if it's not. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the match here and just see what these teams have to offer. First showing from Selfish and the stream, and we'll just see how they're going to do.
Yeah, we can take a look at the roster here. I mean, we already talked about Fadeless in our first match a lot, so I want to focus more here on Selfish Gaming because it's their first time here on our B stream here. Of course, we have Kresnik, former pro player, now Osiren's boss, who he managed to get as his player captain for this team. Then, of course, we have Distortion, Sub 24 runner-up on Women Lovers. We have Lux, double GOATS tournament champion. We have Pengolex, season 2 BPL champion, season 3 runner-up. Caden, a season 1 champion. So a lot of champions on this team. Pretty good looking. Bronze. Which of these like rosters maybe impresses you more? What do you think?
I think the accolades and previous successes of Selfish is going to maybe tip the scales in their favor. You just listed off a absolute ton of prior championships amongst them, and I think they look very promising.
Yeah, and we're still waiting on these teams to get ready, so we're kind of still waiting to get things set up here. I guess we can do Preds already, just to get the ball rolling here. Bronze, you already talked. Like, so what do you think? Who's going to win this match? What's your pick?
I like Selfish, for sure. Like Selfish for the reasons I listed before. Just the accolades. They look like a strong team.
What about you, Stro?
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Just, I think the star power of Selfish will take them over the line. I think it'll be close though.
Yeah. You know what? I'm currently still sitting at 100% win rate in terms of Preds. I predicted Fadeless earlier in their first match against Sally, and they gave me a win. So you know what? I'm still high on that Fadeless copium. So I'm gonna go with them. I want to see them get their second win here. It will be tough against this mammoth roster on Selfish, but I think they have what it takes to pull this off. Yeah, we're still waiting here, so I guess we could talk about some other stuff. You know, this tournament here, this Sub Tourney, will likely be the last of its kind for the 6v6 Overwatch era. And we have a new game on the horizon, Overwatch 2. I'm excited. You know, the beta's coming soon. Don't know about you guys, but I signed up on all my 4 accounts to make sure that I hopefully get in 2 weeks. But yeah, what's the 4-1-1 here on ODUP 2? You guys excited about the changes coming to the game? I mean, 5v5, no more 2CP. What do you think?
So what I've long said is basically in the dev team we trust. I had friends that were apprehensive about the change when we were going into Rollock, getting rid of the GOATS meta, and I'm just trusting the process and that 5v5 is going to be a positive change.
What about you, Star? What do you think? You're a fan of the 5v5 or?
Yeah, I think it's certainly gonna change the game up a lot, and however that goes, it's going to be interesting to see. So I'm excited for sure.
Awesome. Well, stall successful. The teams are ready, so let's head in. It's our final match of day 1. Selfish Gaming versus Fadeless. Nepal's going to be on map 1, and I'm going to throw it over to our casters Bronze and Store, and I'll be back later after the match.
So we are off to Nepal, a map that has 3 different points. Each point can have different comps that are very good on it. Store, what do you maybe expect to see strong on our first map? What do you think might be the comp?
Well, like you said, I think it can certainly vary on the different points. We could definitely see some brawl on particularly Village. But no, we'll have to see.
Right. Yeah, I like Brawl, but let's get into it here.
Okay, it looks
Josh
like
and-
both teams running out with the ball, so certainly a comp that's been run before. In fact, looking at a research comp on the side of Fadeless, something that has worked very well in BPL tournaments in the past. See how it goes.
5, 4, 3, 2,
All right, and we are getting into this match here, rolling out from the perspective of Selfish here, and getting onto this point. Right now we've got kind of a split attack left and right from Selfish. We got the Sig, and now we are on to the Echo, Optical Crash, focusing on that Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, Fadeless taken a lot of space onto this elephant and now onto the point.
Yes, the infamous elephant space hold. We're on the Zenyatta here, pumping in that damage with the Discord Orb. Got the ball on top of him, and this ball is doing an excellent job frontlining and creating a lot of chaos. And that's going to be a quick flip to Selfish, taking the early lead here.
Yeah, certainly a dominant fight, and it looks like they've already built up this rally, which can be a huge boost going into next fight as well.
Rally, such a potent tool, going to boost the health of the whole team if they're playing together. This comp does play a little split. The whole point is to create some chaos, separate different players, and you obviously have a lot of damage coming in, boosted by that Discord Orb. Yep, we are just getting into it here. The D.Va a little bit on the flank here, and now we are onto the Soldier, pumping out the damage, getting one pick, pops the Tactical Visor, onto the Wrecking Ball, gets another pick, and going after the Tracer, not going to get the third, going to get shut down. Good attempt from Legs there, not quite going to be enough to flip the point.
Yeah, we saw Gavin and False Words coming in very aggressively at the start of that fight, but just getting completely shut down by the rally. And then Selfish was able to push back out with their ultimates.
Right now, would you say the coordination is a little better from Selfish?
For sure, they're doing a great job at trying to deny the aggression coming in from Fadeless and just sticking together. And then going in, just picking a target, completely destroying them.
I do think they also have the favorable positioning, taking the point first. They get to play up instead of back, and they are stopping them from even getting pressure onto the point. That's where you get kind of sticky. Gavin spinning right here to try to get the win. Gonna get stunned out and focused down. That is a theme we are seeing in the early parts of this match here. And we're back to the Soldier and onto the D.Va now. The bomb going away, not gonna get anybody, forces out the Transcendence. And lots of picks coming in for Selfish. That kill feed is all red in the positive. Got the Trans coming out, and it is all Selfish right now. It looks like we're gonna get a touch from Joshin and going to quickly fall. So a very dominant point one from Selfish.
For sure, yeah, and I think winning that first fight, getting the rally, they just built up so much momentum, and they were able to carry it through with good aggression, denying Fadeless any chance to kind of use their ultimates.
Yep, really you saw Fadeless, they were trying, but they just couldn't quite get in coordinated. The ball would go in and fall over. Looks like we're gonna swap things over to more of a Brawl comp. Which is pretty standard on this point. Makes sense given the geometry of the map. The Ryan going to be able to swing here, and we'll see if Fadeless is able to stabilize around the Reinhardt, or if he gets focused down immediately again, like what we saw on the Wrecking Ball.
It'll be interesting to see which team gets the point fastest, because that's often something that can decide the first fight.
It looks like they're going to meet on the backside of the point here. The dueling walls from the maze. The blue team's wall is a little better than the red team's. And now we've got the Mei here going to get the pick on the Reinhardt. And once again, Gavin falling first. That is the key theme that we're seeing through the early point of this match. And when your main tank dies, that is a recipe for disaster.
For sure, and Selfish is so good with that focus fire to get that main tank and give them a huge advantage in this fight.
No, the focus fire has been key for Selfish, and we got the window early here and the wall. Still not quite giving it up here. The red team did take control of the point, and they do eventually take full control of the fight and full point control.
Yeah, Evan did die using that window, but Fadeless weren't able to kind of stabilize around that and potentially push that advantage.
Right. No, there was good picks there. There was potential for Fadeless to swing that back in, but it was a little too late. We do see, I guess, an even amount of ults for the sides, for both sides, and we will just have to see. We've got them fighting over the point here. Warby getting frozen up here, and lots of damage pumped into him. Is he going to be focused down first?
Good lamp.
Oh, fantastic lamp. Absolutely massive shatter, and that's going to be multiples down on Selfish, and this should give Fadeless the first control of the game for them. Staggering the Baby Diva here, getting a little bit more point, and the Lucio getting focused down as well. And now Fadeless ticking things up.
Yeah, they've taken control, and both teams not looking at many ultimates here. Diva Bomb from both sides. Potentially Evan can build another window, but that's all we're really looking at for this fight.
Right. Getting into the early parts here, the red team going to rotate around to the back side of the point. Everyone getting walled out. You want to catch somebody with that wall and separate them. It looks like they're going to get a few separated off with the red team's wall. And the Diva Bomb coming in here. Not going to get anyone. Couple picks on Fadeless. The early goings here. Window for Fadeless. The Diva Bomb coming out. This should be a point. Yep, the point has been flipped. And still an ongoing battle here. Gavin's doing a much better job of staying alive. Dueling out and demeching that Diva. Are they gonna flip this point back? It sure looks like they are.
Looks like they are, yeah. Seems like Selfish just kind of couldn't keep it focused, couldn't keep it together. They took the point, but they weren't able to just stabilize, focus down the remaining targets of Fadeless. And now Fadeless has the point with looking at almost 4 big ultimates.
Right on, yeah, the Brawl comp looking much stronger for Fadeless. They are doing a much better job focusing targets. Sim TP over to the backside for the red team. The shatter coming in, the pin on the Diva, and the freeze. So much crowd control. Lamp burned for the side of Selfish. And Gavin once again swinging away. And as a Reinhardt, that's what you want to see, but Wordby gonna strike back with a charge of his own. And just the Lucio now for Selfish, and Fadeless is going to maintain point control.
Yeah, Robbie really not finding anything with the shatter, and it seems like Fadeless has been supporting their main tank a lot more. They've been able to win out these neutral brawl fights.
I think they realized what was going wrong in point 1, and they've made some adaptations to try to carry Gavin a little bit more. But that charge there, ill-advised, and that's going to be a first pick right as I was complimenting them. And going to burn down the opposing Reinhardt. And the Diva Bomb coming out. Not going to get anybody. Good zoning bomb. And that's going to be a Diva out of mech. The red team swarming on point here. Looking to get this flip. The Baby Diva's going to battle, and the reback for Selfish's Diva. Pushing on to Gavin. Since he was first picked, he is back already and swinging away. It looks like he's getting ample support and staying alive. Just absolutely mauling him right now. And that is going to be objective secure. We are going to point 3.
Yeah, there's a massive clutch shatter there from Gavin coming back in. finding 2 with the Shatter, and then 3 follow-up kills to completely flip that fight. It was a scrappy fight, and then Fadeless completely tore it open.
You can see it all over Gavin's face how excited he was to hit that Shatter. He did so much better on that second point. I know how it feels to be a main tank and just to get focused on first every single fight, like what was happening point 1, and then you play point 2 and you change it up and it goes so much better. But now we're going to see, it looks like double shield from the side of Fadeless, and we're going to see the ball sig from Selfish. So a little bit of a different comp here, differing in style. We shall see the Zen's mirror, the Sims at least for a TP mirror. But we've got a little bit of a difference in style here. I would think that this is kind of optimal comps for each sides, given the first 2 points.
For sure, though, it is a bit of a different look, especially for Fadeless.
False Swords up on a high flank here. Is he going to be able to snag that Mercy? That would be a massive pick. Pumping in a lot of damage. Got the Tracer on him, along with the Wrecking Ball, in a dangerous position. Morby discorded.
Fadeless pushes onto the point, but Selfish really has all the positioning around the map. They've been able to just find the picks, and they will be able to flip this.
Yep. Just 8% for the side of Fadeless, so nothing really hurt there for Selfish, and they are finishing off some kills. That's a late kill on the Sim. That will set them back just a hair, or they can go in 5 versus 6. Generally ill-advised. The Sigma here pumping damage. Oh, fantastic pull from the Orisa.
Fadeless has managed to push out of these initial tricks and rotating on towards the point, taking some positioning.
Yeah, they're rotating really well as a kind of a clump of players to try to take favorable engagements for the range that their team is effective in. You got Gavin holding onto the point here, getting the flip. That is something that Selfish has let happen a couple times. They've let Fadeless grab points well before fights are over. And we've got the Tracer here looking for possibly this bomb. Gonna get it to connect, and that's gonna trade things out. And now we've got the Transforced, and that's gonna be another fight win for Selfish. But since Fadeless had control of the point for most of that fight, the score is relatively close.
Yeah, Fadeless had control, and they didn't actually use any ultimates, whereas Selfish used almost all of theirs, so Fadeless pushing out here with 5 ultimates.
Ooh, that's
Optical.
Yeah, Optical falling there. That's unfortunate. That was one of the ults that they had an advantage. And the Zen going down quickly here, getting a couple, 3 rogue picks. Excellent fight from Fadeless. Great eco push. And now we're getting to the point where, you know, they've got a little bit of ult economy, but Fadeless coming up to 6 ults. What do you expect to see here?
I think they need to use Flux, need to get that off, need to find something with that, and they just need to potentially the window as well, just to really push out here, make sure they can get some positioning.
I could see them using like Flux Noon or Noon window. The Noon is right here, and just takes a pot shot on the Wrecking Ball, going into those mines there and getting taken out. Fadeless once again flips the point control, and lots of kills on their side. But that was 4 ults gone in that fight. Not the cleanest engagement. They still have window and bomb there.
And they did use those ults, but just taking the positioning on the point, pushing up to these tricks can be super, super good. And now, potentially with the pulse bomb? No.
No. Just missed there. And we've got multiple picks coming out for both teams. The window is out along with the lamp, shooting away at the soldier. And that's going to be a kill here. And that is going to be another fight win for Fadeless.
It was good coordination on the dive from Robbie and Pengo, but they weren't able to get any more than a couple of kills while their front line was kind of falling over.
and we are onto the Mercy, and the Orisa is pumping damage. Big flex coming up, and the slam. That
Final
looks
fight
like
here.
we are at a tight fight. No picks just yet. Mercy incredibly low, legs falling there, and multiple picks coming in for the Tracer. Popping off a little bit is Joshin. Pangolix gonna have to clutch this out. One of the last players alive, just trying to do their best to stall. Dropping the bongo, and we're gonna see a pick from Crash. Pangolix firing back. A couple more on the side of Fadeless, and Fadeless going to take the map and go up 1-0. So what do you think the key was going from points 1 to 2 and 3? They flipped things around. What do you think the key to victory where there was?
I think just getting that coordination and being able to use their ultimates, push into Selfish, and just take some initiative, take some point presence. Something that didn't really happen in the first round, but they were able to bring it in.
I really like that they kind of realized that, hey, maybe the Wrecking Ball comp isn't something that we can quite match them on, and they opted to play some other stuff. You watch the double shield be successful, you watch them win the Brawl Mirror. I think a lot of it comes to the main tank play and which main tank is dying first. In the first point you saw Fadeless's main tank die quite often first, and then after that it was Selfish on point 2 that their tank was dying first, and then on point 3 we had a real back and forth battle with both teams having strong points.
For sure, yeah. Running the Ryan and the Ursa, much easier to stick together. Just pocket your main tank super hard,
Right.
and Selfish really couldn't get a look in at many points in those last 2 points.
Yeah, I would argue that, playing Brawl and Double Shield, it's a little bit easier to stay coordinated and have everybody on the same page. Another thing to notice on the comp with like the Sig and the Wrecking Ball is you're playing Brig Zen, which is not a lot of healing by any means. The Brig, obviously with Inspire, she can get a lot of healing going, but it's not constant. It's not always the most consistent. A lot of sustain when you're in the fight if you can get the Inspire going.
Sure, and you're really just hoping you can get those early picks, get the pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot about the Discord management and how well you're coordinating on those Discord targets. We are just waiting on our second map here, I do believe. It looks like we're throwing here over to Numbani. Numbani, notably a good dive map, not so much a good brawl map, just simply for the verticality. What do you think we might see here?
I think it's likely both of these teams are going to pull out the ball again, though Numbani is notoriously a very Winston-favored map, so it'll be interesting to see whether either of these teams pull out the Winston, which we haven't really seen yet.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see a fourth main tank come out for both of these from these two teams combined. I'd like to see it, but we shall just see what they're going to bring for us. If they're going to try to run like a traditional dive, and we're getting into it here, so we are going to find out. Fadeless coming out on defense. They are running the double shield, Cass, Echo, Brig, Bap. And it looks like we're going to see double bubble on the side of Selfish, potentially. What do you think? Who's got the edge here?
It is interesting because, like you said, double shield can be an easier comp to just kind of stay alive on, but if Selfish can execute these engages with the monkey and the bubble, build up nanos, they should be favored, I think.
I would think so. It's double bubble. It's a very aggressive comp. Can be a quite a fast comp, and we'll see if the double shield gets run over by it or if they're able to stabilize and play around it.
For sure.
And it looks like Selfish gonna dive in here. We're with the Tracer, getting one pick on the Winston. That's probably going to have to reset their team fight, honestly. Without the Winston, you lose so much dive potential in double bubble.
For sure, and losing that Winston early, you really lose all of the potential to force these double shields off the high ground.
Right, because he jumped up to put on the pressure, but evidently a bubble wasn't timed well enough, or there was just too much damage simply coming out that it just melted him too quickly. He is back now, bubble on him, drops his bubble of his own, drops back down to the point, putting pressure on point. Somebody's going to have to drop down to contest sooner rather than later. Looks like they've got a contester on. And we've got the legs here, taking a few shots on an angle. This cast contesting, and the Sigma playing spoiler there in the DPS duel. Good pick, and that looks to be another reset for Selfish. They are working up towards some alts. Bongo online, window used for Fadeless.
Yes, Selfish is almost at this nano boost, which can be a huge ultimate for this team comp, trying to get that monkey stuck on the high ground, taking space, because Selfish are running a lot more kind of pokey DPS, so it looks like they're trying to just force, not necessarily get the kills with the monkey, just force the positioning, and then get Legs and Kaden onto the high ground to really get the picks.
The Ori just trying to tank the Hanzo ult there, not the best play. Eventually drops down, gets picked off by the monkey, and this Sig way in the back, getting tickled down by the monkey, and we are got the Cass getting a big pick. I feel like Justin has been a pretty darn consistent element of success for Fadeless. Getting picks there, even losing their Ori, they're still contesting here, but we got a nano boosted monkey going primal and bopping them around, trying to take this point. Not a lot of pressure has been exerted so far. The Brig fighting here, and that's going to be a dead monkey. And Selfish, they've got their Ori back. They're basically back up to full strength. Yeah, nothing really actually gained, even though we had that nano primal on the side of Selfish. At what point do you switch things up?
I feel like, I don't know, it is difficult to, at this point, to try and think of what else might work, but I think that was a very close fight for Selfish. It just seems like they went a little late with the nano almost. But, and now Fadeless has the bongo, they're just able to clean this up easily.
This is going to be a feel bad moment if they aren't able to get anywhere on this point. It's been unfortunate on the side of Selfish. So at this point in time, the res just used a couple ults online. This grab could be huge. And there we go. We got a DMAC. Optical putting in some work from range, but they are going to take the point. Good flip here. And that will at least get them moving.
Yeah, that was well played from Selfish to come in kind of quite early before Fadeless had properly reset all their positioning. They were able to get that grab off, get the picks, and really just...
They understood that they had to go fast, and they went fast and executed well with that grab. That's a key point. Nambani, notoriously hard to crack the first point, and then a lot of times this secondary streets phase is relatively easy to work through, and then the last phase is very difficult to actually finish the match. Kaden coming in with a Reaper here, gonna look to kill this Tracer. Excellent execute. Great Wraith form to dodge the Diva Bomb. And this is all Selfish in this street space.
For sure, I do like the switch from Tommy onto the Diva. It gives them a lot more kind of high ground pressure, and Fadeless just stuck on the low ground. They just get dropped on from all angles, and they couldn't really do much there.
I mean, that's a large reason why this map is so good for dive. There is a lot of verticality, and to switch back and forth seamlessly is a great asset. Diva Winston, very good at doing that.
For sure.
And gonna take the point here. Just waiting to probably find some sort of dive target. You got the Orisa frontlining. That's a fantastic nade from Ana. And the Winston bumping his head a little bit, looks like. Maybe getting drug around just a little bit by the Ori. And the rallying Brick going in here. Got the Ashe taking some shots. And gonna take some shots herself and die. Gonna get res. That's a risky res from Green Bean, but it does go off. Their Ana's down, gotta play carefully. And the Reaper coming in. The Brick beating people up though. Absolute bully.
Yeah, it was quite a chaotic fight there. It seemed at the start that Fadeless was getting a bit split. Even with the rally, they weren't able to, they were losing people, but they were able to regroup and just stick together with the rally. With that map, you're not going to die, and they didn't.
And now, notably Selfish, switching over to a brawl setup. You got the Lucio, you got the Reinhardt. Gonna change things up to try to break this final point. Nanoing the Reinin, going absolutely crazy on this Orisa. Swinging, 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 and the Death Blossom coming out from the Reaper. Gets the pick on the Orisa. This should be some good push. Fadeless will probably just look to get one final fight here. Take as much time off of the clock and try to stop them from capping that final point.
Fadeless, though, again, has double support ultimates, and that can be huge. They should be able to win this fight out.
The window coming out. The bomb, though, that's going to catch one. And the Reaper getting one as well. This is looking good for Selfish. I don't want to speak too soon because we are seeing a back and forth battle here. And the spawn advantage heavily favors Fadeless.
Sure.
Selfish is going to have one more attempt. We have a Bastion here. That's interesting. I don't know if that's going to work, but it might catch him off guard.
Maybe. Looks like Selfish is, instead of just resetting for a final fight, they've tried to push this momentum, switch to more stall heroes, just try and surprise Fadeless almost, but it's not really working by the looks of it.
No, it has not worked up to this point. The Bastion getting chipped away here and getting charged out. Yeah, that's just going to be a good cleanup. The Bastion Gambit from Selfish, not going to quite work. Tracer coming out, you got some stall heroes just to try to maybe get a final touch. Not going to happen. Store, if you would have bet me at least $10, I would have bet that we would have not seen a Bastion today, and I would have been dead wrong. That is not something I expected to see, and it did not work, so I don't know if we're going to see it again. I'm doubting it. What do you think?
Maybe. Well, it's never something you can expect, but you can never completely discount it. So there's always one team that might try to bring it out just to get that element of surprise, because it's such a huge amount of damage if it's not dealt with properly.
Yup, it's such an all or nothing play. It's either this worked great, I love Bastion, Bastion's best hero in the game, or it's Bastion is absolutely useless because he got countered because he's just a sitting duck. But now we're gonna see Fadeless's attack. Selfish, no slouch of attack. They struggled a little bit to get through point A, and then it was pretty much all of them up until the very end when the spawn advantage was just a little too strong on the side of Fadeless, and they tried that Bastion Gambit and it just didn't pay off.
Yeah, for sure. It does look like we may see the Kaden Junkrat coming out on Pingmania of all places. This is something we have heard a lot about, and might be a signature move for Selfish to really hold this point early.
And we've got a very far forward poke from the Soldier and the Diva. They are going to retreat here. Both teams opting for dive. A little bit of a different look from each team, but similar. And that soft engage here from Gavin. Just trying to poke things down. Kaden flying in. And pumping in some damage. When they're all clumped up, that's where Junkrat's going to be his most effective.
Sure, and it's going to be interesting to see whether Fadeless can get these dives in without completely falling over to the Junkrat, and it looks like they have.
Oh my, look at Gavin getting all those picks all over the kill feed. Joshin getting one as well, and Optical doing some work. And that is going to be a good flip. Huge time bank advantage in comparison to where Selfish was at in the initial fight. We'll see if they are able to work through the streets phase as quickly. They are setting quite a fiery pace at this point.
They certainly are, and they also have the nano boost earlier than Selfish, and that could be a really big engage to just win an early fight here and really push this card forward.
And we've got Josh in here pumping in some damage, and they've got a nano boosted monkey on Selfish, and just pumping in that damage here. Got the duplicate online, and I wonder who he's gonna grab. Maybe the Diva, grab some bombs. We'll just see. They are retreating at this point. Diva bomb going in on the side of Fadeless. Gonna get two, big pick.
Yeah, that was really smart from Force Forwards. It looked like Fadeless was backing up, and so Selfish was trying to take some positioning for push forward, but with the Diva bomb coming back in, trying to take advantage of those players kind of in motion, and it certainly worked out, finding two picks.
That was so good. That was just a beautiful bomb on the side of False, and that's gonna get them into point B here. Pretty well free. 5 minutes still on the clock. Gavin putting in the work.
Selfish does have almost 6 ultimates here though, and that's something we have seen quite often, as it seems Selfish are more coordinated with their ultimate usage than Fadeless, so...
The tactical visor coming out, and legs getting picked off, unfortunate. Rally coming out, and the nano boost. We got a duplicated monkey and a Diva bomb coming in. Shield up for the red team Brig. And just staying alive here. A couple picks from the blue team. Hayden, been sitting on this tire for quite some time. We'll have to see if he's gonna pop it. And just riding along here, just trying to keep them as tight to their spawn as possible. Gavin was basically touching the spawn doors there. The tire finally coming out, going on a long route, and gonna get two. Big tire from Caden. And
yeah, for sure. They finally used that ultimate and are able to win that fight out. It did seem on that last fight, Selfish almost rushed the engage. They had so many ultimates, but they didn't really have a coordinated usage of them. But they did pull it back at the end there.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. Now, Caden, over to the Torp. Definitely some interesting hero picks on the side of Selfish. We'll see if that works out for him. It's set up in a good spot. You're able to mark a lot of things. The nano boosted monkey and the bomb coming in. That's going to grab the Ana. Big. Lots of kills coming in on both sides. You got 3 red players down, 2 blue players down. And we are on the cart here with Gavin. Putting in the damage on Soldier, gonna get him. And gotta pop the lamp. The Diva bomb, not getting anybody. And the Shatter, big, getting 3. Able to successfully fend them off and stall some out.
For sure, and that's something, again, we see this massive defender spawn advantage on that last fight. If you get any picks at the start of the fight, you're often able to re-engage with 6 players. And that's something we saw on Selfish's attack as well.
Yeah, it's tough to complete this map, honestly, like with the way the spawns are at. So Fadeless, they got all the way here, but they've got a couple fights left. Gonna rally engage, slept up and anti-nated Reinhardt, shattering the turret and then freezing. Optical gonna grab Caden, and this the final push. Is this the end of this match? And it is.
Looks
That's
like
gonna
it
be Fadeless taking it 2-0. Really, they dropped point 1 of map 1, and then it was all Fadeless from there. Selfish, not too much of a slouch themselves, though. They put the work in on point 3 of map 1, and they were able to almost complete Numbani, taking it right to the very end there.
Yeah, for sure. I think it just came down at the very end to Fadeless having the better aggression, but it was so close at so many points. Perhaps the Junkrat gambit didn't work out for Selfish, but
Well, I think the Junkrat could have worked out better. However, sat on that ult forever, and in Riptire, it's something that you want to use it and you want to build another, because you can build it relatively quickly, and it's not the end of the world if it doesn't just hit. It got 2 when it finally hit 1 for him, but if he would have gotten 1 and he would have built 3 tires and gotten 1 with all 3 of them, that still probably would have swung some fights in their favor and possibly won it out for them. But regardless, they will just have to keep fighting through their Swiss format and try to make the top cut here. I believe we have more action tomorrow.
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Yeah, great second showing here from. Oh wait, I think Avast is back. Hey Avast, how you doing? Did you watch this match?
Whoa! Did they? Fadeless 2-0?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fadeless 2-0.
It's pretty
Fadeless
dominant
2-0?
victory from them.
Oh my goodness. Woo, they're looking clean over there. Dicko mode 0-2? Dicko mode 0-2 as well? Well, it is a post-mortem here. As a post-mortem, as someone that's been hopping around a lot of streams, give me a summary here. Is Fadeless legit? Are they looking legit right now?
I think they are, and it was very close on the first map, but Fadeless building up so much momentum on Numbani, they kind of were able to push forward, just completely blow out Selfish.
Okay. And then for the 0-2 team, Selfish, well, what's going on with them? Are they just facing tough opponents? Are they struggling a bit? Like, what's their future looking like?
Oh, I think Selfish had a couple miscues. They made some funky hero selections late in maps where maybe if they would have just stepped with some bread and butters, it would have worked out a little better for them, or they didn't quite coordinate their ults right, or they held on to ults a little too long. So maybe doing a VOD review, something like that. There's just small things that they need to iron out to flip things. Map 1, it was a very tight contest. Map 2, they almost completed Numbani, which would have forced things into extra innings, and there's just some small miscues, some things that they could rebound on for tomorrow.
Extra innings. A lot of people, they're not baseball fans, but I appreciate bringing out the baseball reference either way. But so pretty exciting matches here. I think we're now done on B stream, correct? Because
Yes.
we're only doing 3 matches. Okay, so there are still matches happening on BPL_2 and also on my channel, on the Avast channel, which is Gentleman's Club Grim Coven on BPL_2, and also Blue Screen versus Monkey Flop on the Avast channel. But overall, great matches here today. I think it's been a great run for Fadeless. I appreciate everyone that's been helping run the streams. It's been super good stuff. Obviously, we'll have more matches tomorrow on Bad Patch Mario League, BPL2, and Avast, but there's still 2 more matches ongoing. So if you want to watch more gameplay, there is stuff happening there as well. Appreciate to everyone that's been casting and running the production here. But for the time being, I think, I'll let you guys sort of close it out, but I'm just giving a PSA. Giving a PSA to everyone that if they're still interested in watching some more matches, there are more matches ongoing. So I'm going to hop on out. Great stuff here, guys, and keep up the great work. I'm going to hop on out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out that Grim Groven match. That looks interesting. But yeah, not much else to say. I think Avast did it pretty well there. Or he's talking on the other stream now. But yeah, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you very much for everyone that has tuned in here. Two very close matches this for everyone. Maybe not as much, but it was still very fun to watch. Very exciting. Some cool hero comps, some very cool comps coming out from these teams. And you know what? I'm just excited to see more Avast Sub 25, which we'll have tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of matches tomorrow. Round 2 games are gonna start. We're gonna have a round 3 and 4 games as well. It's gonna start at, I believe, 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. EST even. So don't miss this one. And I'm gonna say thank you very much, Bronze and Store, for casting. This one was a lot of fun with you too. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And like Avast said, go ahead on over to I think it's the Avast channel, twitch.tv/Avast. We might host it after this to see the ending moments of the Grim Coven game. Should be very fun. But yeah, that's it for us here from tonight. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
See ya.
For Monkey Flop to be in. Zizzy also getting the kill on Sherb with the boop. Peace By does get the kill onto Wild Rose, but it just gets staggered. And honestly, a pretty similar. It feels like it feels like deja vu. When it comes to these teams on the sides, like besides a couple of small differences, the teams are getting held in the same parts of the maps that they were previously.
Yeah,
Now,
especially Jordan on the Zarya.
yeah, I was gonna
Instead
say
of
the
Japan
Zarya is the
Diva.
only really big difference, I guess, because Jordan didn't swap the Zarya until I think it was third, whenever Monkey Flop attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more chance here. Or no, well, more than one more chance. A couple more chances, but another chance here for Blue Screen. The window is going to push him back, at least from that corner. And unfortunately, Wadit's a bit caught off, and with that wall as well, he's really getting pressured, forced into that back left area, and Wadit's down. The lamp comes out a bit early on the side of Monkey Flop, but honestly, just to win the fight, secure it, especially in a fight where they knew they had the advantage, that's a pretty good decision. It's forcing Blue Screen back. As long as Monkey Flop doesn't lose one or two people here, this is going to be another pretty clean fight win on the side of Monkey Flop, really making their case to not get rolled as we expected at the start of the map.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with they do have Jordan's Graph online. They're gonna have the Blizzard again. They have Doc's High Noon. They could get both backline support ultimates in this next fight.
More so Lucia. Well, honestly, both teams.
Actually, both of them. Yeah, both of them. They're both around the same. Oh.
Really high noon from Dust, and even though the high noons were traded, he gets another pick onto Wizix, which is a very crucial fight. Honestly, even with that, Jordan's, considering how low he is, he's getting a lot of work done just to stall even more time off the clock. And yeah, with Lucio alive, even though they're going to back up once again a little bit around the corner,
Looking
even
like
though the
last
fight
fight
seemed to be won by Blue Screen just for a second there, it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Possibly last fight territory here.
Yeah, essentially. And Blue Screen does have 4 ults now, as opposed to Monkey Flop's upcoming 4, 2 right now. Wadit is really going to have to land the Shatter. The wall on the side of Blue Screen tries to lock off the main tanks, and the Shatter does connect. Unfortunately, the wall and the lamp just weren't in the right position. Baptiste was on the other side, essentially, of the wall, and it wasn't good. It wasn't enough support to really keep the team alive.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of second, but again, very similar to the Monkey Flop, not much time on the clock as they enter here on second. They really only have like a minute and 30 to finish off the map here. Not to mention too, it's one of those scenarios.
Lysix still my English, still holding on to that Blizzard.